Yes, people, welcome to this special edition of the ManDem United podcast, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And you know it's a special edition when we have to bring back, you get me, the main co-host alongside me with on the show, man like JV. So first and foremost, before we get into why we're doing this special edition, our thoughts on what's gone on, the protest, fans breaking into Old Trafford, etc., etc. What are you saying, JV? You good? You blessed?
Yeah, man. God bless. Yeah, innit? It's a different one today, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's a mad one still. You know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into it in more detail, but
we will.
I'm feeling it, me.
What's mad is I've not even spoke to you in depth about it, and I knew you'd be on the same wavelength as me, as in why we're feeling it, and we're going to get to it. Drizzy Des is already in the comments, but before we do all of that, if you're watching via the Twitter, make sure you retweet the tweet, like the tweet. Make sure you do that. Retweet the tweet, like the tweet, follow myself, follow JV, and follow the Sarcasm City TV Twitter. They're all tagged in the tweet. If you're watching via the Facebook, make sure you like the video, make sure you share it, and like the Sarcasm City TV Facebook page if you are active on Facebook. And equally as important, the YouTube. As soon as you land, whether you're a regular watcher or you're new, whatever, hit that like button on the video. Let's get these likes up. Hit that like button on the video. Make sure you share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel. Equally important, man. Subscribe to the channel to help it to continue grow, man. And when you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notification bell. Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you do that, people, because it is road to 3K for us. It is road to 3K. So get us to that 3K ASAP so we can do that 3K party. But yeah, let's get the likes up. I can see you lot in the comments already. I know everyone's got a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? And again, apologies on the lateness and that's on me in it. But man had to take a nap in it. After scoring on the Old Trafford pitch, I was excited in it. So man had to take a nap. You get me? Sleep that off in it after doing the bits in a 6-yard box and that. I'm just joking, people. Let me just clarify this. This is why I put out that tweet, because I've seen people asking, you know what I'm saying? I got messages like, yo, was you on the pitch? Was I at the protest? Yes. Was I on the pitch? No. Was I in the building? Also, no. This is why I put that out, because people might, I know you lot will get the joke, but someone might see it and take it seriously in it. So I just had to clarify, especially if law enforcement get involved, that I was not on those Trafford pitch. You're gonna know it's me as well. Quick disclaimer, you're gonna know it's me. I'm hella distinctive in that. So you're gonna know it's me by my build. You're gonna see me and be like, all right, that's me. So yeah, it wasn't me on Old Trafford pitch. I was not one of the ones, but yes, I was at the protest. But okay, JV, yeah, man, we'll start with you today. So if you don't know, if somehow you're underneath a rock and haven't seen it, there was a second protest today at Old Trafford about Manchester United fans wanting the Glazes out. And then we was chanting, we were singing, active, great energy, great atmosphere. But then the fans decided to break into the ground. Apparently damage was caused inside the ground. They broke into the changing rooms. They threw flares at This is apparently why it got called off, because then that breaks COVID regulations. They broke into the changing room. I've heard this, and I'm going to say this on here, that when they broke into the ground, Michael Richards and Roy Keane was inside, and they was giving the fans all this because they're with it. And you could tell watching it that Keane and Michael Richards, shout out to Jamie Carragher as well, because why a Liverpool legend talks the most sense on Glazes is a whole nother thing. I don't get why. I'm there saying, say it again when he's talking about, and it's not Gary Neville or Roy Keane, who both spoke sense on it, but don't seem to give it to the Glazers as much as they should in it, even though Keane was a little bit more on it today. So yeah, Michael Richards and Roy Keane was giving it that to everyone because they know that we've had enough. You know what I'm saying? And if they weren't in the positions they've been, if Keane is a United fan, he's probably there. Maybe not breaking onto the pitch, but he's at the protest. You know what I'm saying? If Manchester City are doing something, Michael Richards is at the protest. These men bleed their clubs the same way me and JV and other people in the comments bleed their clubs as well. But yeah, like I was saying, JV, just your thoughts. We'll start on your like I said, the protest today, and like I said, people breaking onto the pitch, and you know what I'm saying, and everything else in it, and just the wildness of it. What's your overall thoughts?
Overall, I'm going to say right now it's totally justified, 100% justified. I seen them. At first, I seen. Well, you was like my news, to be honest. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I heard it, but you was the first eyes what I seen. Do you get what I'm saying? You was my eyes right there today. You get what I'm saying? Because as much as Sky Sports and all of that wanted to report it, it wasn't very clear. And one thing I'll say about social media is able to link the dots a lot quicker.
They give you the raw footage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Unedited. They give you the raw footage and you'll get it from multiple people. All you have to do is go to Twitter and see it. Because I'm with Nuruddin, and Nuruddin is checking Twitter and being like, obviously I know they're inside because we're at the, what's the end? The visitors end. We're towards that side, you know, where the police station is and that. That's it. Yeah, near the mega store, near the merchandising bit. And we can see people at the top in the windows banging on the windows. When the fire exit doors opened, people have come out, but then more fans have gone in. And then when everyone decided to walk around the other side of the pitch, go past the hotel football. And as we're getting there, because I think there was plans to block the coach. This is what I'm hearing. I don't know. I'm just following the crowd. So I'm hearing we're going to block the coach. And then we've seen fans who was on the pitch initially coming back saying, one guy was like, we jumped over the fence. We was on the pitch. The corner flag was in the crowd. All types of madness in it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, you love to see. I'm sorry. I love to see that type of thing. But go on. I'll let you continue saying what you were saying, family.
No, because it's one of them. I seen it, and 1% of me was like, "Oh, is the match gonna go ahead?" And I thought, "Nah, bun that. It's a bigger cause." Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And this is my whole thing with the whole Super League thing, and this is why I said if they got that off the ground, and I'm hearing the potential they still could do. There's a lot of people who will be down with it because a lot of people who were outraged at that last week. It was fake outrage. It was followed outrage. They were just following on because they're the same people who were saying, "Oh, we've gone too far. What am I supposed to do with my Sunday? What if the match?" You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah,
if United's not playing, your Sunday's macker. Come on, fam. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear you.
They're the same people who, when it is Barca Madrid in Singapore at some crazy time, they're still down for it. Do you get what I mean? Because they just need their fix. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, how have we got United fans moaning about this? It's like, the funny thing is, I've heard more United fans moan about this match getting cancelled than I have heard certain fans moan about the Glazes. So the more moaning about the match not going ahead than the actual problem, the actual cause of all of this, which is around, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm very fearful for the Super League, because I think it's going to come off the ground, because these are the same people who were fake outraged last week. It was just something to follow. Do you get what I'm saying? They weren't actually outraged when this happened a week or so ago, 2 weeks now, I think it is. Do you get what I'm saying? So, it was totally right. Totally right what they did. Did they go a little bit too far? I heard they may have damaged the Sky Sports cameras. Yeah. And that was another reason for the match actually not going ahead. Apparently, they damaged
that's too far. Like I said before, I'm going to let you continue. There's very little I disagree with in regards to this protest. That's one of them. People being injured and stuff being damaged. They're the two things I look at. You know what I'm saying? And everything else is their game.
Do you know what, though? I think there's got to see in any sort of battle, war, whatever it is, there has to be some sort of casualties.
I was thinking this. And when I say casualties, I'm not talking people like, I think Jamie Carragher said it. He said, like, on a night out, you always get a few idiots. Are you going to lock off nights out? No. Yes. You've all been on nights out, and you've got, whether it's in your clique, whether it's your Don who's too drunk, or there's someone else who's too drunk, and it's just on one in the rave. You get what I'm saying? And that just causing mayhem for no reason, and that just on one in the rave. It might be JV sometimes. I've been there when it's like, all right, let's take him home. You get what I'm saying? And get him in an Uber. Or back in the day, a taxi, and take him home in it, because he is just on one type of thing. Like, that's what it is. Like, and again, that was a small few. We're talking, I'm hearing it was up to what, 10,000 people there. How true that is, I don't know. I just know there was a lot. So let's use the number 5,000. Yeah, even if there's 5,000 people and 5 people are doing stupidness, that is a minority. That's not even 1%. You know what I'm saying? Or if it is, it's 1%, 2%, and you're gonna try and portray that's everyone and that. I was there. You can go on my Instagram now. That's me, Flawless, and see I was there. You know what I'm saying? Close to all of this, there was very little. I didn't see any trouble between each other. No issues with the police. Yes, the police came in and people were dashing stuff at him, but it's the police, isn't it? Like, that could happen at any moment, and that's nothing. That's anywhere. That's not a Manchester United fan thing.
That's not even a football thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's in the job description. And I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying that's how it is, and police are used to that. It's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? And Pyramid Scheme says it here, yo. Wait. And this is great. Protests aren't meant to be convenient. That's why I love the Sarcasm City TV Army, because I've been trying to think of the words and how to put this to make the clearest sense for people. They're not supposed to be convenient. We only draw the line at violence and destruction of property. It's our stadium. OT is falling apart. What's a broken chair? And that's the funniest thing. When they were all stood on the rooftops, of the stands outside the stadium. Was it Nuruddin who said it to me? Nah, it wasn't Nuruddin. It was my boy Ian. And he said, they better be, and he was laughing when he said this, but what he said was true. He said, they better be careful on that. The Glazers haven't spent money on the stadium in 15 years. That roof might not be sturdy.
Brother, you see, that's exactly what I was thinking. You see, when you're in the stadium, have you ever been in a match? There's a certain part of the ground where you can get rained on, bro.
Yeah, you can get leaks, yes.
And it's not even a leak, bro. It's just a downpour. You get what I'm saying? You could be sat in the ground where you should be live. You get what I'm saying? You've got the shelter over you, and there's holes in the thing. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I seen certain fans going places, and I was like, "Yo, take time, like
be careful.
We're angry for a reason. These men have not revamped the stadium. Look at around our stadium. If Gary Neville and them didn't build that hotel, that's the newest thing around our ground. That's associated with our ground. Do you get what I'm saying? If they didn't build that, it would actually look even a bit worse. You get what I'm saying?
It would, fam. You're not
lying. Look worse. You got some old, dead, derelict rail line next to it, which does some big commercial things true to Trafford Park. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you look at our ground, and I think one of them said it on Sky Sports today. I think it might have been Gary Neville was saying, "Have we gone backwards?" Because when they first came in, we had a state-of-the-art stadium. When they first come in, we had a state-of-the-art training ground. We had a state-of-the-art team. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. Everything was the highest level. And now it's not. So, like when people are in that ground, if you're someone who goes to that ground regular, or not even regular, if you've been to that ground for a match, you can see how it's very run down. That stadium inside and all around hasn't changed for, I'd say, easily treble times. That's not changed since like treble times, fam. Even before that, probably. That's my probably around that times is my memories of going to the stadium.
Because I've got an old picture of OT, and it's like one of them that you buy posters. Like that's how long this is back. And if you look at OT, it looks pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? No, it's old because the surrounding areas look like them old estate houses in it. So this is obviously before hotel football and all these type of things.
Yes.
And the fact that my boy I'm there with is making that joke, even though it's funny what he's saying, it's true. And not only have they failed to develop the surrounding areas, the ground itself. How is there a leak? How is there a leak in Old Trafford? Hear what I'm saying in that? How is there a leak? None of us here, myself, JV, or any of you lot, as far as I know, are millionaires. If we woke up and there was a leak in our roof tomorrow, we're probably going to fix that. You know what I'm saying?
In the process, we're not going to have it for 20 years. You know, like even if man wants to call out the workman and he can't come out to next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It will be in the process.
Yes.
It's not 20. Oh yeah, man can't come your gaff and it's raining. Oh yeah, I've had a leak for 20 years. What? You won't have a house left? Do you get what I'm saying?
That's my point. You're not just gonna have a leak in your yard and do nothing to try and stop it. And none of us are millionaires. Bear in mind, these men are billionaires and that. Surely, if they go like, all right, maybe we need to fix that, do a paint job, etc. Let me get to the comments anyway. And you lot, first and foremost, actually get the likes up because we got over 50 people watching across all platforms and only on just over 23 likes in it. So while I go through the comments, get these likes up and big up to you lot. You lot were waiting for this show, innit? All right, cool. Drizzy Des says Premier League should award Liverpool 3 points and Dockers 10 points. I'm not with that. Nah. If they're not gonna dock, they can't dock Manchester United points for supporters' actions, but when league owners are fucking about like with the European Super League, not Dockers points, then that's my point. This is why they can't Dockers points on that. What Manchester United fans did today is nowhere near as bad as what they tried to do with the European Super League. 1 second.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. Why is there more outrage? Yeah.
Yes, there's more outrage in it. And go on.
There's more outrage for the reaction rather than the action. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
It's the United fans aren't protesting for no reason. I am not there for no reason. JV wasn't there with me also at the protest last week for no reason. There wasn't 10,000 or however many was this week. There wasn't 5,000. Saeed didn't put that flyer together for no reason. Glazes out hasn't been trending for so long. I was saying this to JV. People got to realize this. They took over in 2005. Manchester United fans have been protesting since then. Even when Fergie's there, we had the GOAT manager. We won 3 Premier Leagues in a row and the Champions League in that period, and we're still protesting these man. Exactly. How bad are these man? Hear what I'm saying, people. We won 3 Premier. There was a period we won 3 Premier Leagues in a row and the Champions League in that period, and we're still protesting Glazes out. I've had my green and gold scarf for time. How long this has been going on? Beckham was on the pitch when we played AC Milan, and at the end of the game, grabbed the green and gold scarf. Beckham is now in America. You know what I'm saying? In that. Beckham was still
it was either his birthday yesterday or today. He's 45 or something mad now. I seen it, and I was like, yo, that's time ago, fam.
This is my point. Saying? He's playing for AC Milan, so that's how long this has been going on. We are now in 2021, so that's why people are protesting the Glazes. Notorious FAT says Souness was chatting nonsense, bro. Yeah, he was gaslighting. That's why I didn't like what he was saying. Wasn't wrong in terms of the flare being dangerous. Nobody should have been throwing flares at the pundits. Somebody throwing the cans of beer at the pundits. But don't let and I love how they all shut him down with it, Keane and Carragher, etc. Don't let the actions of a few take away from the masses. You got a few idiots everywhere. Idiot. Go on, fam.
Do you know why he's an idiot? Yeah, he's a damn idiot because number one, them man shut him down, and they're probably not really supposed to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? They're probably not really supposed to. But the thing is, he's trying to come from and this is what I don't like because I've seen this a bit. He's trying to now come from a Liverpool point of view. You know what I'm saying? Where this is what they're doing is not just for Manchester United football. They're taking a stand against all of that. You know what I'm saying? He weren't saying that. Like, why didn't he say nothing when he smashed up Real Madrid's coach last week when they played Real Madrid? Why didn't he say nothing then, Souness? When he smashed the Zidane's window on the coach? Shut up, man. This is what I'm saying about this guy. He's a dinosaur. He's an idiot. He's always going to come with some sort of, you know, them people who just have to say something controversial. If you have to stay relevant by being controversial, you're finished, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't actually have anything valuable to add to the conversation. That's why their man shut him down, because these men aren't just doing. Don't get me wrong, they're doing this against the Glazers, but it's also it's definitely to do with the Super League. You get what I'm saying? I bet you now, if there was an England match coming up soon, if there's an England match soon, they're in very big trouble if there's an England match, because anyhow all them fans link up. Them fans link up and they're on the same wavelength. Do you get what I'm saying? Of protesting and that. You could have a Wembley Stadium full of protesters. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that, and you know what? There you go. What's coming up? The Euros. Do you get what I'm saying? Right. So they need to be aware of what's going on, and people like Souness just trying to, you know, make it about something that it's not. Do you get what I mean? It's like there's more going on. There's more going on. This isn't just a Manchester United issue. You get what I mean? Fair enough, they're against the Glazers, but they probably don't like Liverpool's ones either. They probably don't like Arsenal's ones either. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't. It's not a case of just Manchester United, because in the back of their minds they would have probably been thinking, wait, the Liverpool owners are going to see this as well. Do you get what I'm saying? As much as the Glazers are going to see this, what says FSG? FSG probably seen that and thought, oh God,
we better be careful. And here's the thing as well, and people are talking, and that's one thing I didn't like about Gary Neville going on about the Super League. The reason why Manchester United fans were there today wasn't the Super League. By the time we got to the protest last week and this protest this week, the Super League was no more. That's why Manchester City fans haven't protested. That's why Chelsea fans haven't protested, because they was more so protesting the Super League. Manchester City and Chelsea fans like their owners. They like what Sheikh Mansour and Roman Abramovich have done for their football clubs, and that makes sense. I was saying this and I keep saying this again. The European Super League was the final straw. We don't like you, man, anyway. This is my whole point. It's like being at your workplace and there's a don you don't like and you, man, don't get on. And it's fully aware. He knows it. You know it. Everyone in the office knows it. And then man's eating your lunch out the fridge and drinking and using your milk to make teas and coffees and all that, and using your stationery like your pens and all this and your paper and all that, taking your headpiece, you know, your earpiece to make calls and that. It's like, yo, I don't already like you, and now it's the final straw. And that's what it is with the Glazers. This is just a cycle. You can't keep on pissing off a fan base and continue to piss off a fan base and take us from here and drop us down here. Not only financially are we nowhere, and financially we're nowhere near where we should be. Now on the field, you're affecting our ability to be successful on the pitch. Then when you look at the ground and you look at the surrounding areas, and you man continue to take liberties. And Gary Neville touched on it when one of the Glazes said, "Oh, I want to rebuild the trust." When have you ever had the trust of Manchester United fans? We never liked you.
Yeah,
we never liked you.
You touched down, and man instantly made a thing up. Check this. This is how sick it is, where these men are mad. You came into the club, a large section of the fans went, "See you later. I'm making my own football club."
Yeah.
Man, forget that's what FC United is from this. You get me? I, on a level, I won't be surprised if certain man of them fans knew some of them FC United fans, and they were probably there today.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? Because man have to remember they made a new club, bro.
Yes, that's how much they hate you. Yeah,
that's how much they literally forsaken the thing which they loved so much. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew, and the more I think about them FC United, you man were totally right.
Yeah, they were spot on. And the thing is, this is why nobody was against it, and that's why I fuck with FC United. But JV makes a very valid point there. How bad is it that man said, "All right, we're not even giving you a chance. We're just gonna make our own club." And we'll get to all the comments. People, the comments are going mad, but I can see how many likes are we on. Hey, get them likes up because they ain't matching up. Because we have over 60 people watching across all platforms, so we should have at least 50 likes. So let's get the likes up by the time I go through these comments here. Real what? Real had Shroom says, "Did you and Tuck storm the pitch?" Nah, we didn't storm the pitch.
Right, did you see the thing what I sent you, bro? Did you see the thing what I sent you?
I didn't, fam. I'd seen what you sent me, but I didn't see it. What was it going? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it while I'm on.
Lineup now, yeah. It's a starting lineup.
I know what you're talking about with Bearman, Big Steve, our kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, Dave.
Yeah, and then I put Flawless and Norridin on it as well.
This guy. I'm a poster out shortly. And man saying doing up knee slides says new notorious F hard yards, half Flawless. Flawless is the guy hanging on the net. Lewis is saying, "No way, Flawless has seen more time on the pitch at OT than Donny. That one's gonna run in that." You know what's mad as well? My aunt messaged me about it. My sister messaged me about it. Like, yeah, you was definitely on the pitch, 100%. And I'm like, you lot are jokers. Where we at? Lewis is saying, yeah. Donny is fuming. You lot are jokers. NB says, "Big up man like Flawless, aka Redman. Man is proper gas because he got more minutes on the pitch than Donny at Old Trafford, my G. You lot are jokers. Big up Abdallah. Big up to Nip as well."
Make sure it's being clear you weren't there, fam. Kind of.
People hear that, innit?
Before you get GMP at your front door. You know what I'm saying?
Like, was you there? Yeah, serious. Done Flawless, what you saying, my bro? I'm blessed. Abdallah, big up to Nip. And he says, Jamie Carragher is the least biased scouser out there. Because he understands it's bigger than football, which we're going to get into. That's why, because all these people making jokes about the Glazes and all that, the European Super League, as soon as it came out, we took the blame. And when I say we, was our owners were the ringleaders. City jumped on it, Chelsea jumped on it, Spurs jumped on it, Arsenal jumped on it. More so because of our owners. Us and Liverpool run this shit. Like, don't get it mistaken. Go on, fam.
No, it's the maddest though. Have you not seen what Perez is saying? Florence, he's saying, yeah, this is on hold. You get what I'm saying? You man have signed this. It's legally binding. You get what I'm saying? So as much as everyone thinks this is over, it's not.
It's gonna come again.
And I think that's why Carragher and all that. No, I don't even think it's a case of it's gonna come again. It's still it's in stone. It's set in right. It's contractual. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So all these people saying, all these clubs turn around and saying, they're not in it no more. No, you have. That's why I think they've probably got rid of Woodward, because they've probably realized, wait, you've signed us up to something we can't get out of.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
Let me just reiterate this because no one was critical. I'm glad he's gone the weasel. Can't stand him in that. Big up KF Harris, who said big up from Seattle Glazes out. I love our Glazes out movement has reached everything. You know what I'm saying? Love all of that. Where we at? Big up to Yan City. She says big up the panel. Flawless, when's the match going to be on again? I'm not sure. I am unsure. You know what I'm saying?
They normally, when a match is postponed, they normally try the next day, don't they? But due to these circumstances, don't know, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah. And with it being the end of season as well, they're probably not going to want to try and do it too late, because you have finals and things like that. You know what I'm saying? If we get to the Europa final, we're not going to want to have this match like a week before, are we?
No.
Do you get what I mean? So.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Facts. Where we at? Sorry, I'm just here rolling through the comments and that. Let's see what's going on. But yeah, as I was saying, like Zayn saying here, spotting about the likes. When our owners, when we do say, and everyone else jumped, because as soon as the Super League was announced, it was Manchester United owners and Liverpool owners taking most of the blame. If we go, everybody else going with us. We're the ringleaders, and that's not right. But what I'm saying is, this is why we need to get these men out. You don't understand how these men really tried to destroy football, but you lot continue. Go on, family.
No, I was just saying it's no surprise that it's our two clubs who, when I say our two, I mean Man United and Liverpool. It's because it's the Yanks, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like yes. they're obviously what you call it. Arsenal have theirs, but obviously Arsenal are Arsenal, and they can't even like do that properly. You know what I mean? So we've got like the two big. Even though my man's very big, Kroenke, you know what I'm saying? I think he's just followed suit. But I think the United and the Liverpool ones, I think they've even sat down. I think they have done this themselves. They've had a talk. They probably said, we're the two biggest clubs.
Yeah, there's pictures of them all together, sat around the table. It's the United owners, Glazes, FSG are involved. Somebody let me know where I can find that picture. There's a picture of all the owners together in that, because these men know each other. You know what I'm saying? And that these men know each other. Go on, fam. Carry on saying what you were saying.
No, because that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's because they're the two. They've basically got the two biggest clubs in England, innit?
Yeah.
And like we've all, been saying, they don't understand this whole thing about relegation and all of that. And they've tried to, Americanize the thing. And then that's where I think it comes down to. And I think that's why it's very suitable that this has happened today when it's those two clubs that are playing.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? I think
it is. That's karma coming around to lick them. That we stopped the biggest game in the country.
Yes.
That we stopped, and the whole world has now seen this. So it's not just a protest. It's not just in Manchester. It's not just Sky Sports. It's everybody all around the globe, across all continents, who had the rights to this game. All right, why? And the thing is, it's not like they just postponed it. Kickoff delayed. Then eventually it got. Well, why has it got postponed? Now it's a talking point. Well, they United fans were protesting because of originally because of the European Super League, and now because they don't like their owners, and they don't like their owners for this and this reason. And there was a protest last week as well, and Chelsea fans were protesting, and Arsenal fans have protested, and Spurs and Liverpool and Leeds did it, etc. Now it's more of a talking point. You get what I'm saying? And that. So like that's my thoughts on it. Like beautiful irony that it was this game. Like I said, the biggest game in the country, and I'm glad that it got postponed in that. Like, I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, that it got postponed, like, because it sends a strong message. And my thoughts on it is, should it be violent? No, nobody should be hurt. I seen the guy with the stitches on his face. That shouldn't be happening. Should they be throwing flares at people? You're on mute, fam.
Who had stitches?
I think it was a security guard. Steward.
You know what? What though? Yeah. I say this is one thing I'll say. Steward, don't get in the way, bro. I've always said this. I say this about anyone who works any type of security. Yeah, do what you can, but at the same time, what
protect
are
yourself.
You going to do? Yeah, like all right then. If it's one-on-one, bro, do your thing in it.
Yeah.
You think I've got thousands of men charging at me, beating off their chest, bare angry, alcohol in their system, whatever else in their system, and I'm gonna sit here and I know for a while this ain't no henchman as well. You know, it's just some hero guy with a belly and that. You know what I'm saying? It's some hero dad with a belly. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get his peas in. Nah, bro, don't do this for them, man, because they won't do it for you. Because they check this. Here's the maddest thing. They probably weren't even there today. Do you get what I'm saying? They probably weren't even there. So you're front line for someone who's not even there. It's not like you're front line and you're protecting them and they're in this building. And if they get in this building, you get some mad reward because you protect. No, bro, they weren't even there. You get me? So don't get your face bust now, yeah? Because more time, I know how it would be, Them man would have said move. Them man would have probably said move, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I don't know exactly what happened, but United fans weren't on there. There was so many stewards out there. There was barriers, and none of them got attacked. We strolled past them. We had no interest. We got no issues with the stewards. We got zero issues with the stewards.
More time, the stewards are probably fans, and even if they're not, they understand it because then if the steward man really thought about it, he should think these men are fighting for my life.
And you know what's crazy? There's a video of a steward doing that. As man is storming the pitch, man just stepped off to the side.
Yes, because he probably thought when they're playing in Singapore, you're not taking me to Singapore. When you're playing in Rara, you're not taking me there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go look a new job. So You know, because when I heard this and I said, "Oh, how have they got in the ground?" I said, "I bet you any money someone just flicked the lock and knocked the other way."
Yeah.
One of them stewards probably went.
You know why, fam?
You know
because if you're a steward at Old Trafford, it's highly likely you're a Manchester United fan, and if you're a Manchester United fan, you're probably Glazes out. I haven't met a Manchester United fan who's Glazes in. I haven't met a single one who is Glazes in.
Here's the
Not
thing.
a one.
It's you. That's what I'm saying. So them factors there. You're saying you're probably a United fan. The fans are actually fighting for your livelihood, your living. You get what I'm saying? So don't get your face boss, because I know for a fact man would have probably said move, mate, and he's probably not moved. And then man would say, all right, in a bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to I've got a plan to execute, because one thing I will say is, you know why I rate the man whoever did what they did. They had a plan and they executed it. Do you get what I'm saying? And all I've got to say with it, is the violence ain't right. But one thing I will say is, at least they have stood for what they believe in. There's too many flip-flap people who, like I said in the beginning, will be saying, who were probably saying, oh yeah, you know, they're destroying football, and then we'll turn around and say, oh, that's too much though. So what do you want man to do then? What do you want man to do? Just write him a letter? Should we just all get our pens out and write letters? You know what I'm saying? Shut up, man. You know what I mean? You've got to have some sort of evasive action where people will take notice, because what you're not understanding is this isn't the first protest that I used to, when I used to live next to the ground. Them I remember them protests back in the day, and I was like, green and yellow. I'm like, whose fans is this, bro? Like, I didn't think it was United. I remember seeing Bear Man, green and yellow. I'm saying, nah. For a second, I'm like, Norwich. That's all I could. I'm like, Norwich, bro. Like, I'll be beefing Norwich. Nah, I swear down, bro.
I hear you, fam.
And I remember seeing it. It was because it was not too far from where I live. You know, man, has spray painted it on the wall LUHG, and I'm like,
what's LUHG?
And I'm like, you know what, man, like this Leeds United hooligans. You get me, man? We're thinking, man, we're trying to come up with all sorts of them. We see the man who we know in there, and he's like, nah, man, love United, hate Glazes. I mean, like, okay, say nothing. I get it. You get what I'm saying? And then when man is saying, right, what's the colours? He's saying, yo, this is the original colours of the club. Rah, rah, rah. I'm like, okay, all right, it makes sense. You get what I'm saying? But at first, man didn't know. Yeah. And there was bare of them who did that back in the day. And then man have not took notice, probably because they didn't mash nothing up. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. One thing I will say about anything to do with business or something, if you affect someone's money, they will take notice. You get what I'm saying? Like, as much as there's no fans in today, if their man went on super militant and didn't let, say if this was a situation with fans, their man went on super militant and didn't let in, say, 20,000 fans, or something like that, and they lost out on that money. And it's like even last week, you know what, that one where we went, the mega store weren't open. So even us being there that last week, we didn't do no like evasive. We just did it. That was a peaceful process. But you know, even us being there and the mega store not being able to open, that cost them money. Do you get what I'm saying? So as much as if it's slow and it's baby steps, but if this keeps costing them constantly, they're going to have to do something about it.
They're going to sell.
What I'm saying,
they're going to have to sell. Definitely.
What did I see today? I even heard. Don't know how true this is because obviously a lot's floating about. But I seen. I think it was Luke Shaw, Maguire, Bruno, and someone else. I can't remember who it was. Well, you know, when we're in the team hotel, because they went to the hotel as well. You know that, innit?
Yeah, it was at the hotel. I seen that. Yeah. Yes, I did see it was at the hotel.
These man must have been saying, yo, let us just go and speak to them, innit? Like, even if it's from a distance, so we can even if we can just shout out the window or whatever, let us speak to them.
If there's someone who can calm down the crowd, if there's someone who can calm them down, it's the players. If Luke Shaw and Maguire come out at that point, we're not going to attack them. The same way with Chelsea fans with Czech. When Czech came out, they calmed down. Go on, fam. Now
you know what? Maybe not Maguire. If Bruno come out, come out there, I said, "Oh, calm down, man." You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, like a school kid. All right, what you saying?
Yeah, what you saying?
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that the club stopped them, it's a bit worrying for me because it's kind of like there's probably people in the club who don't like these man, you know. But and this is one thing what I've noticed, especially with things nowadays, when it comes to money, certain man, everyone's got a price in it. Certain man will shut up. So there's probably man in the club who are not down with these man and what they're doing, but they're on the payroll, so they're just going to keep quiet. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's why it's totally different from the fans, because the fans ain't on no payroll. You can't shush us. Do you know what I mean? Like, really and truly now, if they want to shush us, they're gonna have to go and do something like, I don't know, buy Mbappe, buy this guy, you know what I'm saying? Every position what we need, you go by the top of the pops for that position, yeah, and
you know what? Do what the hell you're supposed to fucking do. That's what will shut us up. If you not do what you're supposed to do, yes. If you man do what you're supposed to do, yeah, I fully agree with that. Ahmed here says, "Oh, did man actually go inside the hotel?" I'm not sure about that
because I think they got inside.
Yeah, I think it was just outside the ground. Yeah, because they were trying to block.
I think they were pushing. They were like, I think they. I don't know if it's because who did I see? I think the other one might have been Rashford. You know, because I seen Rashford at the window. So Rashford was apparently at the window, like just watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
And apparently they were asking, "Yo, let us go and reason with them." You know what I'm saying? Because you have to remember the certain group of the fans went to the training ground, and Ollie had to come out and reason with them, innit? So they're probably trying to look for a similar type of. Do you get what I'm saying? And one thing I think where they're going wrong is you have to do that. You have to do that over here. Maybe in America where these men probably never see their fans. Do you get what I mean? They're probably never in the same vicinity, except for when they're at the games. When you know what I mean? A Glazes probably not going to get caught slipping anywhere by a fan. You know what I mean? The only time we'll be around a fan is when they're in the ground, and it's probably heavily, separated, so they'll never bump
it's heavily secured.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? So he'll never bump into a fan going to the toilet or something. You know what I mean? Or going to get a hot dog. He's not going to get a hot dog from the same place a fan gets one from. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think they're too detached from the fans. That's the word I'm looking for. They're probably very detached from the fans. Whereas with our football, you could go outside United's ground on a certain day and you could see how many players or how many directors or how many. Do you know what I mean? Like you literally, when everything like pre-COVID, you could probably just be outside United's ground and see Bobby Charlton come from the car park into the ground. Or a Dennis Irwin, or you know what I'm saying? Whoever it is, an ex-player, just out from the car park into the ground. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're probably not used to that in America. They probably get driven in a bulletproof limo into the ground, and then do you get what I'm saying? So that's where I think we need to stray away from their way of doing things, because if they're not letting people speak, if they're not letting the fans speak to the players, that's a classic thing in football. The fans and players have always had a relationship, whether it's
and you know what?
I go to take a corner. You get what I'm saying? If I'm a player and I go to take a corner and we're 2-0 up, and it's all right, then say we're 2-0 up today in this type of game, and Bruno goes to take a corner. Come on, Bruno! Man, I'm feeling him. You know what I'm saying? He's feeling that. He's getting that energy. What did they do? They go to the crowd. Come on. You know
because we feed off each other, and the fact that and this is how this is how stupid these owners are, or whoever decided not to let players go out there and talk to the fans is. We're protesting against you, and you have people that could actually calm it down. If Bruno comes out, that simmers it down. It might be only for a short period, but it simmers it down. If Bruno comes out and says, "I understand your frustration," we're chilling. You know what I'm saying? In that we are chilling. I could be there singing. You hear me saying, "We want Glazes out," etc. If Bruno comes out, I'm gonna be like, "All right, let's see what he's got to say."
Yeah,
and they still out. Go on, fam.
If Bruno comes out and says, "Yo, lads," well, not lads, but you know what I'm saying. Says, "Yo, let save this for after. Let us go and stuff the Scousers 3-0."
Yeah.
Yes. The fans are going, "Man, go on then." And they bounce. You know what I'm saying? Let us go and stuff the Scousers 3-0, and you can do what you want after the match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If Bruno says that,
man will probably look at each other like, say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Do your thing. Man will probably say, "Yo, we'll make sure you can get out the ground safe. We'll sort them rest of them fans out." Do you get what I'm saying?
A word would get round if Bruno comes out and says that and says, "All right, let us play this match. Let us beat the Scousers, etc., etc." And then you lot do what you need to do afterwards. And that is my whole entire point about this. Like, that's how stupid the Glazers are. I'm going to put the blame on them, even if I don't know it's them or not. To the point is, you have people who can calm it down and you didn't let them come out. And again, people, I need to keep reiterating this as well. The reason why Manchester United fans are protesting is not just the Super League. It's not just the lack of investment in the squad from last summer. This has been going on ever since they took over. What masked it is the fact we had a good squad when they took over, number one, and we had the GOAT manager. That's what masked it. And again, and I'm going to reiterate this again, there was a period, people, when Manchester United won 3 Premier Leagues in a row and a Champions League, and we were still protesting. Go check it out. I seen all the pictures. People were retweeting it of all the green and gold scarves up in the sky, and Fergie's there. And Fergie's in front of it, and these are all behind him. Get Glazes out. LUHG has been running for the longest, up until he has left, and it still continued on. The European Super League was the final straw because that took it beyond football. Not only was it wrong for sporting reasons, it was wrong from a moral standpoint. You man are taking a piss, and they even have the decency to come out and say it. That's why I'm fuming. I'm still fuming about the Super League now. That's why I'm happy the protest happened today. And to everyone who's like, oh, they've gone too far, it had to happen. I'm sorry, innit?
Nobody has gone too far. See, they've gone too far. That's what I'm calling it.
Gone too far.
What was your thing then? You know what I'm saying? Why is it gone too far? Is it because you can't? Is it messed up your Sunday? Has it messed your Sunday up? Did you not have your Super Sunday? Oh, I seen people talk about, I paid Sky for this, and I'm not. Shut up, man. What do you mean I paid Sky for this? Shut up, bro. Because if these man executed their plan, you're not even getting this on Sky. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what man, I'm like, you're missing the point. Oh, they've gone too far. Oh, you know, I wanted to. This is the biggest match in England. I wanted to. Bro, if these man execute their plan, you no longer get this match. You get what I'm saying? You no longer get this match at Old Trafford. You no longer get this match at Anfield. You no longer get this match potentially in a FA Cup, in a Champions League. Look at the last time we won it. United Chelsea Champions League final. Look at that Liverpool Chelsea one with the ghost goal. Remember that?
Yeah. Luis Garcia and when Luis Garcia scored. Yeah.
You don't get these things. You don't get what is it? Even though it's not on the same scale. Even what was it like a season or two ago? That Europa League final.
Arsenal Chelsea and Baku.
You don't get that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't get these things. You don't. Look at the magic of the FA Cup. I know it's not the same as it was, but you don't get
it. Still has it. Yo, fam, we literally played Liverpool in the FA Cup this season, and it was actually an entertaining game. Yeah, this year, like we literally played them this season, and that's all these things we're taking away. And I think, I don't know if it's because of where me and JV are from, and this is not just us two, because there's other people who are like, oh, this protest is too far. Like, when you're fighting a cause, illegal stuff sometimes has to get done. Peacefully protesting, to me, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, when I think of anything football related, I'll start with that. Anything football related, I don't think a peaceful protest has ever got you what you need. I don't think it ever does. I don't think it ever has. So if we broke into the ground, so what? If we broke some chairs, so what? You get me? We had to break into the ground. We had to break some chairs and that. Stewards let us that should people have been throwing flares? No, but we had to make a stand, because what I hate is I call people this all the time. You lot are the people who have problems for every solution. Want to sit on Twitter, want to sit on Instagram and say, or sit on a YouTube platform or whatever on radio, or sit on TV like as soon as and say this shouldn't be happening, this shouldn't be happening. What's the solution? Be solution orientated. Tell me the problem. You might not like the way I'm dealing with a problem. Okay, then criticize me for that. But after you've done criticizing me for that, give me a solution. What's the solution then? Just peacefully, okay, so people are telling me we just do what we did the protest before, and we just go outside there and we sing, and that's it. And we hurt their pockets, which we've hit. Salute to the United fans, because I've seen a article, I'm not sure if it's true, saying that United's Adidas are concerned about United's shirt sales dropping. So I love that. United are making less money. I love that. But what else are we supposed to do apart from hitting their pockets? So that's one thing that I love. Don't buy the kits. Don't buy the merchandise. Unfollow them across all social platforms.
You know what?
Keep the Glazes out. Keep the Glazes out. Hashtag moving. I love all of that. What else are we supposed to do when we protest? Storm it. Fuck it. Storm it. Why not? Don't injure anybody. Don't hurt anybody. I'm not saying that, because that's only a few. But what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do in it? That's what I dislike in it, is the people who will criticize that but then give no solution, or the message has been lost. No, it hasn't. The message has been delivered loud and clear. You might not like how you might not like how it was delivered. Cool. No problem with that. Was it delivered? Yes. We just stopped Manchester United versus Liverpool. Let's not get away from that.
Here's the thing.
Go on.
Here's the thing, what I'll say. I bet you these same people are moaning, probably criticized the protest 2 weeks ago and said, oh, that's not doing anything. And then criticized this one and saying, oh, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? And sat in the middle of nowhere, not even not even, adding anything to it. Do you get what I'm saying? Shout out Broads every time, my guy.
She big up Broads. And Dan says this, he said, imagine getting slapped in the face every day. You try talking, you try to be reasonable, nothing happens. We are done talking. We're done talking and saying, yo, let's get these men out. So, all right, let's cause some mayhem. Because JV, and this goes for anything, any business, if you touch somebody's pockets, they're gonna, just the average man, if you touch the average man's pockets, is whoever's in the comments and people think about if someone, as soon as you stepped outside your door every day, took £1 off you, and that's only £1, eventually you go do something.
Imagine every time you stepped out your front door, a man was there, said, a big bouncer out, you ain't going nowhere, mate. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean, though? Right, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, right, bro, come to the 5th day and you ain't got no peas. You coming out, you know what I'm saying? You're coming out with a brick or something, or you're coming out, bringing your brethren, yo, this guy's stopping me, G. Come, let's just you know what I'm saying, no?
And that's what it is.
Trying to say. Yeah.
Today's actions are of people who have had enough. We're in 2021. This didn't start in 2021 in the Super League. It didn't start in 2020. It didn't start in 2019. It started in 2005 when these men took over. JV said it, a section of our fan base decided to create their own club. For those that don't know, because they might be younger, any younger viewers, the reason why FC United was created is because they didn't like the direction Manchester United fans were going in. And we could see it a mile off. Yes, we was being successful under them when they first took over, but that's because we already had a great squad and we already had the GOAT manager, which made us still made us not eligible, but it still made us, we could still have success. That's what I'd say. We could still be successful, and we was. Go on, fam.
I honestly believe if we didn't have Fergie, then we would be, by now, we would have been probably relegated or something like that. Probably would have done a league.
We'd be on the Arsenal vibes, possibly, yes, definitely.
No, I think even worse. Because do you know why? No, and this is why I'll tell you why. You have to remember, bro, yeah? They sold Ronaldo. Listen to this. They sold Ronaldo and got us an injury-prone Michael Owen on a free, Valencia and Overton.
Yeah. And that's our issue, people. And that season is what, 2008-9, was it from? I remember correctly, I think it was 2009.
In the Champions League, 2008-9.
So it's 2009, and we're in 2021, and me and JV and all of the Manchester United fans, I don't care if you're Ollie in, Ollie out, it's not about that, have all complained about the same thing, the lack of investment in the squad. So these men have been not investing in our squad for the longest, and now it's showing. But still, because we're Manchester United in name, we can still attract managers with big reputations. So say what you want. I'm not talking about their skill. I'm just talking in terms of reputations. Mourinho still has a big reputation. Van Gaal still has a big reputation. So they're still, and because we're Manchester United in name only, I mean, still in name, we can still attract big players. That's why we can get a Pogba. That's why we can get a Zlatan. Because and especially to the English players like a Maguire and stuff, that's an easy sell. To a Bruno, even though he's not English, it's an easy sell. This is why, because we still have the infrastructure of the coaches, we'll still produce a Rashford, we'll still produce a Greenwood, we'll still produce players of a certain quality, and we'll still attract players. Because even though we've underinvested in the squad, we've still got ballers in that time. Valencia was a good servant for us. You know what I'm saying in that? He was a good servant for us. Was he the level we wanted? No, but he was still of he was still of the same quality. But we literally sold the best player in the world and then signed them free, man.
We sold the best right winger in the world and then signed one from Wigan. And that, like, really deep, no disrespect to Wigan or Valencia, but that's not a
statement of intent.
Mindset. Yeah, it's not a statement of intent, and it's not the mindset of someone who actually cares about the club. That they literally got the money, I mean, right? So you just need another body. They've not gone for quality. They've not said they've not even gone and got us like a young pretender. This is gonna be the. You know what I'm saying?
He's not gonna got us a Ronaldo when we sign Ronaldo from Sporting. Yeah. Like he could be the next thing. Let's go get Valencia. And Broad said it here. Yeah, that's my point. Like Valencia was good, but he wasn't rubbish. Let's not get this mistaken. Valencia wasn't rubbish. I'm talking about
his prime gets on your bench now.
Yeah, hey, you hate Salah. He's better than Salah, fam. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And that you take him right now. And I'll tell you this, he's a better defender than Trent. I'll tell you that much. But I'm talking about right winger Valencia, people. I'm not talking about right back Valencia. I'm talking about right winger. Like right winger Valencia was good. You know what I'm saying? Was he the highest of the highs? No. But was he good? Yes. Definitely in that. And yeah, there's other things. But what I'm saying is, people don't get mistaken when I'm saying the reason why United can still attract certain players is because we're Manchester United. That's it. That's why we can sign a Paul Pogba, a Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a Bruno. These type of players is literally because of name at David De Gea. And we had Fergie at them times as well. So when you have the GOAT manager, of course you're going to be able to still. And even after that, we still signed a Juan Mata. I'm saying there's still ballers who came in. Mkhitaryan, even though it didn't work for him, was still highly sought after at that point. We still went and took Arsenal's best player. Let's not forget that. It might not have worked, but we went and said, Arsenal, yeah, we'll take your best player. Who else is pinching people's best players?
Now look, all right,
No. You're talking about Van Persie. Why? We've done it twice. I'm talking about Sanchez, but you're spot on with the Van Persie.
Right, there you go.
We've took Arsenal's best player on two separate occasions.
Even when you look at Falcao when we got him, top of top. You know what I'm saying? Might not have worked, but he was top striker.
Yeah, Falcao. Look at that team we had, and this is
Maria. You know what I'm saying?
And this is us on the downgrade. That's my whole point. And yes, Dupe, I didn't stutter in it. To me, he's the GOAT manager in it. If you say Pep, cool. I am not going to argue you down. I'm saying Fergie in it. That's just me though. And from when you win European Cups with Aberdeen, like that puts you in a whole other space. And then you go into Old Trafford and you, what's the word I'm looking for? You adjust your style on multiple occasions. He adjusted, like as a boxer, it's like you came in one thing and then you changed as you got older and you still remained on top. But go on.
Look at that last team what he won the league with. Look at the last Manchester United team to win the league. Pep don't win the league. Pep had a better team, when he first come to City and then went and spent 200 and something million because he went happy with it.
All right, put it this way.
He got was better than the one that Fergie last won the league with. But you know what? I'm not even getting into that.
Yeah,
what you're trying to do there.
Yeah, but we just not like taking shots at Pep because it's great. If you look at City, who had one of the worst defenses of a Premier League title last season, that team was better than our last team that won the league in that. That team last season, even without Company, and that's better than that. You get me?
Easily. We didn't have a De Bruyne when we last won the league, bro. Come on, fam.
How many of our players get in their team? In that team, very few.
Our 10 at that time was Shinji Kagawa, my guy. Come on, please. You show me. You know what it is? I'm not even here for this because certain conversations when people say certain things, I know you're either winding me up or you're showing your age. So
Dupe, he's a wind-up merchant in it. So salute to him. He's always here a wind-up merchant. But Silly Man here says Fergie, they got Ronaldo, the GOAT, and Broad said it there. That 2013 Manchester United team overachieved, and we all thought they were level. And you know how they overachieved because you've seen how we struggled in Europe.
Brother, look at Alexander Butner. Butner has a medal.
If I remember correctly, was Anderson and Cleverley the midfield too at large points as well? Along with, I know Carrick was in there as well, but I know Anderson and Cleverley were playing. If I remember correctly,
yes,
and John O'Shea, and this is not me taking, and this is not me taking a knock at. This isn't me taking a knock at Pep because Pep's solidified. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Man. Don't get me wrong.
He's solidified. He's in the Hall of. This is me saying this as a United fan. He's in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? And that, but you know, there's levels to this, and the fact as well, we won a treble, which has never been done, and we won 3 league titles in a row twice, which has never been done. Tells you all you need to know, but that's not about that. We're talking here about
in a more competitive league.
Yeah, because if you,
top 4.
Yes, because if you look at it as well, the domination of Europe was so much stronger as well. That's why when people use the argument of when people talk about what's the word I'm looking for in that, when people are talking about Europe and like Fergie's record in Europe, if you look at the teams we was going out to, that tells you all you need to know. We was going out to original AC Milan Brazilian Kaká. People forget that Kaká was the last player to be in the conversation with Ronaldo and Messi. So for the younger viewers that don't know, at one point, the 3 best players in the world, whatever order you want to put them in, was Messi, Ronaldo, and Kaká when he was at AC Milan.
And Kaká was on top of them 2, man.
And Kaká at one point, he had a legitimate case. So we're going out to Brazil, we're going out to Kaká for AC Milan. We're going out to Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo I'm talking about, at Real Madrid, getting clapped off the pitch after scoring a hat-trick. One of the best, getting clapped off the pitch. We're playing, let me put this into perspective, people. We're playing against Prime Zidane and Edgar Davids against Juventus and that. If you look at the teams we went out to, there was a couple where Del Piero, Inzaghi. We're playing, you know what? When we played Juventus, if I remember correctly, Conte, who's just won Serie A,
and Deschamps.
we're playing for Juventus. Like, we're going out to serious teams and that. And I'm not saying European football isn't good now. I'm saying the levels is way different. If you look at the teams we went out to.
That's when Italy could say they had, you know, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus, all serious. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. They had their own version of top four, all serious.
Like, yeah, if you put any of those top teams into today's, if you do a time machine and you bring them back, they're Champions League semi-finalists and finalists on a regular. Bear in mind, that Juventus team never won it. The Real Madrid team I'm talking about with Brazilian Ronaldo never won it. That's how good these are, innit? Nobody won it back to back. That's how competitive it was. Up until, you know, the GOAT went to Real Madrid and won it back to back. So that's my point. Well, we've gone off topic anyway. Back to what we was talking about and the whole protest and anything. Any questions you lot got for us, let us know. We need this. We delivered this message loud and clear. Like, what did I say? I've said this before when I said, imagine fans are back. And I've mentioned this when I've regards to Oli, and I said Oli would be under more pressure. Imagine all the fans were in the stadium when they announced that European Super League and what it would be like. But what happened today? Fans were in the stadium. It might not be for a game. And what did I say? Fans were in the stadium. And what did I say? Now it's going to become a talking point on your Sky, on BT, on BBC, etc., etc. Now it's a talking point. Now you have Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Roy Keane, all talking about this thing. Like, Sky had to fill the airtime. Micah Richards, all speaking about it. Myself and JV are talking about it. I'm sure many other YouTube channels that use lot watch are going to be talking about it. Rance is going to talk about it. Aaron's going to talk about it. Saeed, Adam Matichu, I was there with, etc., etc., are going to continue to talk about it. So that's my whole point on this. Like, that's why I'm glad they stormed it. I'm glad they stormed the building. Storm the building. Was I in the building? Let me just put out a disclaimer. No, but storm the building. I'm for it. Fuck how the message is delivered. Did they get the message? They got it loud and clear. And we have to keep this up. We have to keep this high in it. Let's keep the pressure until these lots sell. And like I said, for people making jokes, it's all well and good. I used to do it, make jokes about Kroenke being Arsenal's owners. But you've heard me now say it. Get Kroenke out. Get FSG
all of them,
out.
man.
Because of what they tried to do, they took it past football. That's my whole point. And we didn't like the Glazes for footballing reasons. But now we don't like you as people. Now I look at you different sideways as a person with your moral stand from a moral compass. I already didn't like Ed Woodward. Now I just think you're even more of a weasel. Tried to sign up to this European Super League and then you resigned from your position from UEFA, then got backlashed and then resigned from United. Go on, fam. Go on.
You know what the maddest is? Apparently he was going to resign anyway. So that's, you know why he's even a triple weasel? Because you sold us down the thing. Because here's the thing. He sold us down the river and he was going to go anyway. So he wasn't even going to be there for what happened. You sold man out and then you was actually planning, you had already planned to bounce anyway. It's just that this come out and we accelerated your bouncage. You know what I'm saying? You had already sold us out and you had already got your way out. That's why it's even worse. Because to me, it's like he even knew. He knew. He's like, he must have thought, man, yeah, they're not going to have this. Let me bounce. He trust me. He signed us up for that. And he thought to himself, wow, this can't run. These men have already been my yard. Because you have to remember them, man had already been his yard prior to him doing this. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people will say, oh, it's gone too far. It's gone too far. But you know why I don't listen to people like that?
Go on.
Because you could literally ask them, what should we have done then? And you know what they'll turn around and say? I don't know, but that's too far. Shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? You're just loud. They're the type of people you don't want to, you have a, you know, like if that wasn't a protest today and it was like, you know, a gathering to see what was going to happen at the protest and man said, we're going to do this. And then someone said, oh, that's too, kick them out. Get him out. You know what I'm saying? You're not adding nothing to it. Do you get what I'm saying? We're trying to make a recipe and you brought no ingredients. You know what I'm saying? they're them type of, that's what them people are. They've just always got something to say, but nothing to actually add to the thing.
You know what? I think I shared this in Salute to Gets, and this was months back. Some people's only input is criticism. And it's a fact. Some people's only input is criticism.
And that's why and that's why some people can only say something till after. They can't plan. Some people can't plan because you have nothing to offer. You can only add something after you've seen what's happened, and it's only going to be criticism. And it's,
I'm
you know what the
laughing,
maddest is?
I'm still laughing at the triple weasel, fam. That's mad for the
it's a triple weasel.
Triple weasel, yo. Carry on. You can only add to the triple weasel. You lot get the likes up as well. We're on. Wait, let me check now. It's just loading up. Right, we're on 63 likes and we still have 80 people watching across all platforms. So get them likes up towards 80. Let's get us to 70 likes. And let's share this. Let's get 100 people in it. So let's keep sharing in it. Share it to all your peoples, them. Dan,
you know one
Dan
thing
here
I will
says,
say?
Go on, fam. I was just going to read his comment. He said, you have to do different shit if you want different results. Well done for everyone who bust through the door. That's my feelings on it as well. You lot did something. Now it's news. This is national news. We got a game locked off.
International.
Let's not get that. It's international. It's global now. We had somebody come on here and say, right, big ups to you lot from Seattle. # Glazes out. Me and JV are in the UK. Man's on the other side of the world saying, yeah, big up. # Glazes out. I'm watching from Seattle. And I'm sure there's more people. If I went through and said to you lot, where's everyone watching from? We'd probably touch every continent on the planet. That tells you how far and wide this news has got. Everybody was watching this. Like I say all the time, social media has put everybody in the same room. And there's plenty of videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to. They got the message. I love that. And we have to keep it cranking up. Dupe had a question for me that I wanted to get to, actually. Where is it? Let me see. Hold up. Where we at? He asked me anyway. He said, do you believe that the Glazers will sell? Or something along those lines. Yes. If we continue to hit their pockets and protest, yes, they will do. And have their pockets been hit today? Yes. And one thing you don't want is your pockets being hit. That's numero uno. And 2, you don't want negative press. You don't want negative press following you around. Go on, fam.
You know what we'll have to do? We'll have to cost them something major, like the Adidas deal, or like the next Chevrolet or something. Go, whoa, we know what not.
Yes,
that's what we need to hit them in the millions. We need to hit them like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, one of them where they get the news on the phone and damn, you know what I'm saying? We need to like hit them and make Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? We need to make that Americanness come out of them where they're like, yo, you know what I mean? They don't know what's hit them. I didn't know the fans were like this. Even today, they're seeing that. And they're probably thinking, I didn't know these men were like that.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that mad. Yeah,
is this how much they care about football? About soccer? Soccer? That's what they're probably thinking, you know. Joel, I didn't know they like soccer this much. What do we do? You know what I'm saying? We've got to hit them to the point where it's not like, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not in a death threats thing. Yeah. Look, that's don't
too
get
far.
me wrong. There's some people who will probably use that, not mean it, but probably try and use that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is we need to hit them where it's really going to hurt them. And it's only going to be the pockets. Because if these were owners who were actually genuinely sorry for what they had done, something would have been done by now. And that's what a lot of these teams need to realize. No matter what team you are, people think, oh, you know, them pulling out of this thing or suspending it, because it's basically been paused. It's not stopped because it's legally binding contracts. People think that was, oh yeah, they've done that because they care. No, that's just for the negative press. Do you know what I mean? These people have something called PR teams, public relations. They literally have someone who has a job.
Bullet M says no death threats. I'll drop kick them man in a heartbeat though. That's funny.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm not with the physical violence, but I understand these man, somebody said it, yo. These man, Dan said it actually. These man been slapping us in the face for 16 years plus. What do you expect?
They're not bothered. What
do you expect? What do you expect?
One thing I will say about this whole thing is with these men, will they sell? I don't know if they will sell, you know. I think they might even let someone else. I think they might sell a stake, and then this other person might be the person to then implement.
They're the majority shareholder type of thing. Because I keep saying this, and you made a great point as well. No sponsor. Once you're hitting their pockets if we continue to do what we're doing. 2, it's terrible publicity. And what sponsors are going to want to be associated with this type of thing? No sponsor wants to be associated with this type of behavior and fans breaking into the ground. And look how much money would have been lost today with the United Liverpool being postponed. You know how much money that would have lost? Think about if it was just like, say it was bad weather and snow stopped the game, got the game being called off. That's bad enough as it is. But the fact this has happened, you know how much bad press the Glazers have now got? Glazes out is trended today, and it'd be trending on days where United are even playing. That's terrible press. Dupe said here, he said, is there a Q&A tonight? Yes, it's just been pushed back, but there will be a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A with myself, Ryan, and Yan City. But me and JV had to talk about this because I knew when I jumped on the Q&A, I was like, I'm going to get questions about this anyway. So let me talk about this in depth now. So I get asked less questions on there and we can talk about other stuff. Craigie D says, do you think anyone is lining up a bid to buy Man United? Yes, definitely yes. I think people are thinking about it. People are thinking about it.
This will definitely have ramped up interest. This will someone, even if there's someone who thought, oh, I'd love to buy him, but I don't think the Glazers would ever sell. You know, with all of this happening, they'll be like, oh, okay, you know what? Let's just, you know, put things together just in case. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get a proposal ready. Might not be this year, might not be next year. Let's just, you know what I mean? Let's just watch how things happen. Apparently, because the share prices dropped, so then when things snowball a bit, it might actually make the club a bit cheaper. Or here's the thing: if this keeps happening and it makes it actually, you know, we could probably get sold for a cheaper price. They might be thinking, you know what? If it keeps dropping, we're gonna have to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna have to. We were probably thinking, oh, we're gonna get 4 billion for them. If this keeps happening, and we only get 2.5 or 3 billion, and we lose, because a 1 billion is a lot to lose out on. Or even if it goes half a bill, because I'm hearing it's 4 billion. That might not be the right figure. That's just a figure I've heard. But say it's 4 billion and it goes down to 3.5 billion. They might look at each other like, half a bill. Let's bounce, man. Let's just go back to, you know what I'm saying? Let's go back to doing what we know. I'm not feeling this, because here's the thing. You see, with business as well, how it works, especially with things like, they're probably thinking, wait, this isn't how we've planned it. This is all a bit too much. You know what I mean? When we do this in the NFL, we don't get this. We don't get all this backlash. We don't get this bad press, because you know what I mean? Like, there might even be some people in the NFL thing now. See, this could affect their future business. Whatever that club that they own in the NFL, they might be thinking.
Well, I think they just want a Super Bowl. We want a Super Bowl. I don't even know who it is, in it.
Yeah, but you know, even in terms of, man might win something, but it might be the case of, right, well, what's going on here? Why he is getting all of this over there? Do you get what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. Let me get to this. So big up for the super chat. You're new. Big up, Sir Alan Mank Pop. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because he has super chatted. He says, you would not do this if they were top of the league. Peaceful protest is fine, but that was a disgrace today. Would we do this if we? All right. So one, we have been protesting in the past when we've been top of the league. Like I stated, I think you've just joined as well. United fans were protesting the Glazes when we won 3 Premier Leagues in a row and a Champions League during a 3-year spell. So it's not just a today thing. Do I agree with you to an extent? Does on the field success make everybody simmer down? Of course it does. That makes sense. Same way with Liverpool fans who don't like FSG, but because they won a Champions League and a Premier League, if you shout out to the Coppish Dons, they were telling me this. They were still anti-KSG, still anti-FSG, simply because they know the problems it can cause in that. But of course, on the field success would dampen it a little bit. But the peaceful protest is fine, but it wasn't a disgrace today. The only thing that was a disgrace was the people that was injured. That's it. Anybody that was injured, I'm not with. There's a minor bit of it. That's the 1%, and that's a few idiots. So it definitely wasn't a disgrace today, but you're a City fan. So I bet there's... Actually, I can't even say that, because I've seen United fans say that they think it was a disgrace, but no way was it a disgrace today. No. No. What's a disgrace is what these owners have been doing to Manchester United, number one. Secondly, what's the disgrace is what they tried to do with the European Super League and roped your club into it as well. What your club did was a disgrace.
Your club, exactly.
What your club did was a disgrace.
This is what people, and this is my whole thing, is this is not a Manchester United thing.
It's not just a Manchester United thing.
Yeah, this is what people are going on. Like, the Glazers just tried to sell us, another English club, and then we were just going to go over and play with Juventuses and all that. You, man, were going to do that as well. And
let me get to him, because he dropped another super chat as well. Big up, Sir Ali said, that was peaceful. It was not peaceful today. So what is your point that it wasn't peaceful? Like I said, as long as nobody was harmed and a couple people were harmed, and that shouldn't happen, I'm with it. So what? They broke into the stadium. So what? They broke some chairs. So what? They destroyed some corner flags. So what? Get me? What the Glazers did was worse. What your owners did signing up to the Super League was worse. What they did, that's a disgrace. What our owners have been doing to us for the longest is a disgrace. The European Super League is a disgrace. You know what I'm saying? And that much more than what our fans, we've had enough. We've had enough. People are responding like that. I don't blame the people for retaliating. I look at the issue. Why do people, JV, you said it earlier on in this podcast as well, in terms of why do people always look at the retaliation and not what stemmed it? That's on me. If I get into an altercation with someone and I just go outside and I'm in a rave and I slap someone and they get out a gun and shoot me, should the person have shot me? No. But why am I going around slapping people? And it's kind of like that. They've been slapping us in the face for the longest. And today, they got punched in the face. But they've been slapping us for 15 years. And then what they tried to do with the Super League is they came in our house and slapped our wives and slapped our youths. You know what I'm saying? Slapped your grandma and everything like that and your mom and the whole nine. So yeah, it wasn't peaceful. But I'm glad it wasn't peaceful. I'm happy it wasn't peaceful because it got the game called off. Let's cost these man money. Go on, family.
Here's the thing, because people are forgetting that what the penalty is for these Super League things. So say for instance, Sir Alan, you win the league, and you win the Champions League this year. Yeah, you have the greatest season that your club has ever had. If these men went ahead with that, you're stripped of it all. Yeah. Forget the peaceful thing. This is what you're missing the point. This is what I don't understand. You're letting the fact that you're top of the league now cloud it. If you go into this league,
Judge another super chat. He said, "Don't use the European Super League as an excuse to do this. This is a valiant protest against your owners, the banks and the Glazes." Is it a protest against the banks and the Glazes? Yes, we have been protesting the Glazes since 2005. My whole point is the European Super League is what kicked it off, and I love how you've ignored the point I made about your club because what your club did was a disgrace. Exactly. What your owners, you're a Manchester City fan. What your club did is a disgrace. So if what Manchester United fans did today, according to you, and you're entitled to your opinion, cool. Do I believe it's wrong? Absolutely. But it is what it is. That's a disgrace. But hold your own owners accountable in that. I love this. This might be seen as on a burner account. The European Super League is not an excuse because what were we protesting last week? It was the European Super League and the Glazers. What were we protesting this week? It was the Glazers and the owners. The European Super League is a snowball effect of it. That's what stemmed all this. And before the European Super League, what have we been protesting for 16 years? The Glazers. But I like how you responded to that because I mentioned.
Here's the thing. This is where other clubs, you're getting the wool pulled over your eyes because fair enough. City, they've run yous excellently. Yeah, what your owners have done for you, they've ran you excellently, but they still try to sell you down the road. That's what you're not getting. So even though our club ran us Maka, and they've done that, it's still no different because everything they've done for you is void if you get to the Super League. That's why I don't think a lot of people are computing the Super League thing. It is on hold. It is not finished. All of our clubs.
You know what's the mad part? You know what their owners did? Their man have worked so hard. Pep's worked so hard. They spent all these P's to get a team that's eligible, get a team that's capable of winning the Champions League. And they set up this European Super League and announced it right before a semi-final first leg for you lot. Right before, if I remember correctly, was it before the FA Cup semi-final? You lot are chasing a quadruple. You lot are chasing something that's never been done, if I remember correctly, in the history of English football. I could be wrong. Someone might have done it in the 60s or the 70s or something like that. But in recent times, you lot were chasing a quadruple. And your owners tried to take that away from you. That's a disgrace. And I said that as a Manchester United fan. I said what all six of the owners or the people involved that each of these clubs did was an absolute disgrace. Because they tried to take away, that's not even what they tried to do to the other 14 clubs in the Premier League, all the teams in the Championship, League One, League Two, Conference North, Conference South. Ridiculous. They tried to take.
Here's the thing.
City fans are very proud and are talking about Manchester. You get me, Manchester City and Etihad, etc., and stuff like that. But they tried to take Manchester City out of Manchester. They're trying to take games away from the Etihad. But what our fans did today was a disgrace.
But here's the thing, though, and he's probably someone who was totally against the ESL.
Yeah, and Dupe said it here. He said flawless, to be honest, because I love City. If we had someone like the Glazers and I was in Manchester, I would protest, and that makes sense. If I see Manchester City fans storming the Etihad because the Sheikh Mansour done what the Glazers done, I understand. I was with the Arsenal protest. I was hashtagging Kroenke out. I was with the Liverpool protest. FSG out. Go on, fam. But big up for the super chats, my guy.
Yeah, big up my guy, man. No love. Bro, we had an Arsenal fan stood next to us when we were at that one 2 weeks ago. we had an Arsenal fan stood next to us because he got it. This is what man I'm not understanding. It's not just about how we've been run. Yes, that is a major factor. It's an absolute major factor in it. but it's a culmination of things. But please do not let the fact of what's happened cloud it, because a lot of people think it's done. And the way Perez keeps coming out and saying it's not done, and he's laughing because he knows, if you understand what these people have done, they have signed the clubs away. You're not getting it. He said it's going to come back in another form. They've signed them. It's already been done. The clubs have accepted the money. This is what you're not getting. The clubs have already accepted the money. This is what I'm trying to say to you. They have signed it away. So as much as everyone's now thinking, oh, the club's left. Yeah, my club's fine now. How they run my club's fine now. Chelsea fans are all thinking, yeah, the Arsenal. No. The damage has already been done.
It lets you know what they're willing to do. The fact that they tried to do this. And if we didn't all protest and come together, then it's different. JV said on it, there was an Arsenal fan with us, and man was in an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah.
Man was in an Arsenal shirt, and people left him alone.
Bro, exactly. You tell me any other time where there could be up to 3,000 people, 3,000 Manchester United fans, one Arsenal fan, and no one even bat an eyelid. And when I'm saying to you, he's got his shirt on, he's not zipped. He's not zipped, and I can just see that he's full Arsenaled out like that. Yeah. And man, I'm saying, yes, bro. You get what I'm saying? So this is what people don't understand. It's not just this is football. Forget your club at the moment. Yeah. Forget your club at the moment.
Our 6 clubs never resigned from the Premier League or never intended to resign. The European Super League is not a league. It was a cup to replace the Champions League. Here's the thing. Let me just get to this. You said the European Super League is not a league. JV, let me ask you, because I'm not the smartest in it, and I figured this out. Well, I know this already. What does the L stand for in ESL?
There you go, league, bro.
What does the...
Right. See, here's the thing, Alan. Yeah,
and I know before you continue, I'm just clowning around because I know the Champions League's not a league before you get onto me. That's just me clowning around. But secondly, let me go. You're saying all 6 clubs never resigned from the Premier League or never intended to resign. It was a cup to replace the Champions League. Yes, it was intended to replace the Champions League. But what you have to understand is the domestic competition. So let's take the Premier League, for example. So the Premier League, which is a domestic competition, they have an agreement with the Champions League. They have an agreement with the Champions League where the top 4 go into the Champions League. And then depending on whatever happens with the FA Cup Champions League winners, the 3 next teams, 5, 6, 5th, 6th, and 7 go into the Europa League. Now, they were going to replace the Champions League with that, but they hadn't agreed with the FA. The FA hadn't agreed to it. The Italian FA hadn't agreed to it. The Spanish FA hadn't agreed to it either. So how was it going to work? What you have to understand, Alan, is it cheapens, listen to hear what I'm saying in that, it cheapens and devalues the Premier League. There's no way it could have ran. So now, for instance, we have West Ham, Leicester, we have Leicester, we have Liverpool, and have Chelsea, all chasing top 4 to get into the Champions League. So what you're telling me is if West Ham and Leicester had got into the top 4, they would have won they go into the Champions League. But if Chelsea and Liverpool get into the top 4, they go into the European Super League. But wait, they're already in it. So then what happens with West Ham and Leicester? What you have to understand is it devalues the competition. It hits pockets. There's no way it could have ran. Replace the Champions League, so the Champions League just goes away. So what about the agreements that the Premier League and UEFA have in regards to that?
Here's the thing what people are not even taking into, I don't think they've really read into it or anything. You will not be allowed in the Prem or the Champions League if you get into this thing, bro. Like, so what are you talking about? You will not be allowed in the Prem or the Champions League. This is the whole thing, what it's about. No one's just crying because the Champions League is going to get replaced. Because if that was maybe the factor, then, it might not be as bad. But the fact of what all these other leagues are saying, all these other competitions are saying, like Flawless said, we have no contact with you. You've not told us anything. So if you go over to that, you're not allowed back in.
Yes. So you can't just go and disappear. They have an agreement. You know what I'm saying? All 6 clubs had an agreement with the Premier League. So you can't just be like, right, we don't want to abide by your rules no more, and we're just going to go and play in the European Super League and not be in the Champions League. It doesn't work like that. The Premier League wouldn't have allowed them back in, because then what happens in the scenario I'm talking about? You have West Ham, Leicester, Chelsea, and Liverpool all chasing the top 4 to get into the Champions League. But then, so West Ham and Leicester will be in the Champions League if they finish in the top 4. But then what happens if it's Liverpool and Chelsea? Like, it makes no sense. You can't have all teams in it. You can't have a JV. You can't have a Premier League and all the teams are chasing different things. That makes no sense. And and here's one other thing people are forgetting. It devalues the competition, because then it's win or bust. It's then win or bust. Because if you're Spurs, for instance, if you're Spurs, everyone bar Manchester City, if you're not one of them teams, what are you playing for in the Premier League now? You're playing for nothing. You're playing for nothing. The reason why United want to finish in the top 4 is to get into the Champions League. The reason why Chelsea and Liverpool are chasing top 4 is to get into the Champions League. Same with Arsenal, same with Spurs as well. So it devalues the competition. It's either win the league or that's it. So they're going to start playing their kids, and you basically make the Premier League kind of like how the Carabao Cup is, where you play weaker sides.
Yeah, because didn't they have an agreement? I'm sure they had an agreement with this Super League thing where they actually where they had an agreement. Let you finish. I'm gonna get to that. You play the strongest team in the Super League. That is what you have to do. You have to play your strongest 11 in the Super League. Yeah, and it's a Wednesday match or something like this. So if that's the case, you're not going to be able. You're not then. It then takes first place over the Premier League. If you have to play if you have an agreement where you have to play your strongest team in the Super League, it takes over from the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So, because you're going to play your weakened side, because you're not playing for anything anymore. If you're not going to win the Premier League and you're still in it, you're going to play weakened side, which devalues the competition. And they were trying to take the Super League. They're playing games not even in the country. So you really think the Premier League was going to accept it? Never. So now you just mashed up the whole pyramid of English football. Like I said, not just the 14 other teams in the Premier League. I'm talking Championship, League One, League Two, Conference North, Conference South. Like I said this all the time. The only people that were pro-European Super League was people who were fans of the Big Six. I know a lot of fans of clubs outside the top 6. None of them were pro-European Super League. Like I said, Norwich and Watford have just been promoted from the Championship into the Premier League. Why? For them to get big money spins to play the big boys. You know what I'm saying? And that helps to keep them afloat. When Manchester City, your team, played Cheltenham in the FA Cup, what did the City fans all do? I think it was buy tickets or something like that, because that's going to help Cheltenham keep afloat. How many times do we see FA Cup games, JV, and it's a lower league team against a big dog? And it's like, right, that's helped to stay afloat for the next year. Yeah, what did they do? They played the heart out to get the replay back at their ground, didn't it? Yes. Do you know what I mean?
If it was a replay thing. And let me get to this other super chat from you. Big up to Alan. He says, you wait for it, and now this makes sense. I know where you're coming from, and we're going to get to this. You're new, so please make sure you subscribe, because we spoke on this. And that's not a shot at you, Alan. I'm just saying, if you have, because we spoke on this in depth, make sure you subscribe, Alan. Anyone else that's new, make sure you subscribe. If you want to become a member of the channel also, to get great perks, underneath the video is the membership for the Sarcasm City TV membership. Yes, the membership is underneath the video. UEFA are at fault for their share of the money. The big clubs left their meeting with UEFA pissed off with the deal. That's why the European Super League happened. UEFA are to blame. I am not, and this is another thing, just because I was anti-European Super League doesn't make me pro UEFA or pro FIFA. They're corrupt too. I don't like them too. I don't like the FA. I don't like FIFA. I don't like UEFA. I don't like the English FA. I don't like UEFA. I don't like FIFA. I don't like any of them. But just they was right about the European Super League. So that's my whole point. Let's attack them because they're corrupt. I hate them just alone. Forget football and stuff. How they deal with racism. Hate them. Corrupt as shit. And I don't like the new Champions League format, but it doesn't make the European Super League right. Go on, fam.
Here's the thing as well. So, yeah, all right then. This is where I'm going to break it down, Alan. If UEFA are to blame, who's on the board at UEFA? Yeah? Because who was on the board at UEFA was who? Woodward.
Yep.
Agnelli, which is the Juventus director. And also, was Perez as well?
Perez, I think he might have been still. Someone in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Perez, but there's more. A lot of the basically, it's a lot of the Super League teams who are in the Super League had directors on board, at UEFA as well. So this is what I'm trying to say. You can't be against against Super League and not against UEFA. It's the same people. This is what we're trying to say. And UEFA have just done it. Does anyone not think it's really funny how, like, the day after it was thingy, UEFA suddenly had a new format for the Champions League ready?
Read into these things. That was going to come out anyway, and I don't like the new format.
But here's the thing.
let me just reiterate this quickly. Just because I was anti-European Super League, I'm not pro-UEFA or FIFA, and I'll never be pro-UEFA or FIFA. They're corrupt too, but he was right about the European Super League. I don't like Boris Johnson, but he was right. That's how you know, I've said this before and I say this again, that's how you know it was so wrong. The fact that on the right side of, when you have UEFA, FIFA, and Boris Johnson and the English FA on the right side of the morals, that's how you know. They were morally correct on this. That's how wrong it was what you was doing in that. But UEFA have been fucking up. I said this before. And you say here, big up Alan again, he says, UEFA keeps 70% of the money from the Champions League. 20% gets divided by the clubs. 10% goes to the admin for the UEFA. That is a disgrace. Nobody's disputing that. Nobody's disputing that whatsoever. I have no issues whatsoever with what you're saying there. I don't like UEFA. But the European Super League was a worse idea. The European Super League made it because that just makes the 10 or 15 clubs in it cool. Everyone else would have been fucked up. And you know how you know the Super League was fucked up? And was when they released the statement, they said, and I've said this before, they said clubs can qualify from their domestic leagues, but you have no agreement with domestic leagues. So how was that going to work? You had zero agreements with domestic leagues. So Alan, let me know. Let me ask you two questions, Alan. Were you pro Super League 1? Or did you just didn't want UEFA in power, which I get, but I wasn't pro Super League in it. Let me know how that would have worked. That's my second question. They said in the statement they released, a certain number of teams can qualify for the European Super League via their domestic performance, but they had no agreement with the domestic leagues. So how was that going to work? And the teams they're talking about were all anti-Super League too. So how was it going to work? Please let me know the answer to that. Hey, you lot don't be beefing in the comments either. You know what I'm saying? And that big up to Broads in the comments. Well, go on, family. I'll let you
get to saying, you know what it is? It's UEFA is just the lesser of two evils, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yes. But back to the original point of, you know, because it's kind of strayed now because I don't think you want to, you know, just say, yeah, that we were right. But what you're not understanding is all of the clubs signed up to this. Your club signed up to this, and they can't. You know, one thing I didn't like when I seen when they said, "Oh, we did it because United did it." Shut up, man. No, you didn't. You did it because they offered you 400 million or whatever it was. Do you know what I mean? You didn't do it because United did it. But if that's the case, go and sell your best player and then buy some average players then, because we did that a few years ago. You're not doing that, are you? Do you know what I mean? Go get a manager in charge who's an ex-legend. You man, go get King Glazes tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You go get King Glazes as your manager because we've got. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, Sean Goldar, no, you're not going to do that, innit? Do you understand? So this is where I think a lot of the other clubs have played you. Yous have been played by your clubs because your clubs turned around and said, "Oh, we only did it because United did it," or "We only did it because United." You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do it. If United and Liverpool just left on their own, you would have had more. You might not have had more leagues to yourself. So don't get fooled by these people. Do you get what I'm saying? If anything, a lot of these clubs, what they've done is they've tried to step back from it only because they've been found out. They signed a deal in secret. Signed a deal in secret. Yeah. Whether they run you good or not, your club signed a deal in secret that went against everything your club stands for. And you know what? If you're a City fan who's if you're over a certain age as a City fan, you shouldn't even be arguing with us about this because you are the most recent ones to have come from the lower leagues. Yeah. So it shouldn't even be a thingy. Because I was watching you, man, versus Gillingham with Dickhoff and all them up front. Do you get what I'm saying? When the old ground was in my side. So please don't. Do you get what I mean? It's not about where you are now. It's about football in general. Do you get what I'm saying? If this happened a year after the treble, I'd still be fuming. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not. And if this happened when we had Gill in charge and it wasn't the Glazes, I'd still be fuming. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? I honestly think the protest would still be going on. Yes. We would have protests still at United's ground, whether on this magnitude or this scale, I don't know. But we would still have these protests. It's because of what they have done. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to the thing what you people, not you people, us people all love football, which we've grown up with from little kids. Listen, you go and play, what do you play? You play Wembley. Why do you play Wembley? Why is the game called Wembley? Because it's the national stadium. The game's called Wembley. Yeah, tell me what the national stadium of Singapore is, or the national stadium. What's America's national stadium, bro?
Or Malaysia.
What? Someone tell me what is America's national stadium? I don't know, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Probably call it American Express Arena or something stupid like that. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. What we know as football is based upon what we've grown up on and how the game's supposed to be, not on what some businessmen have decided to take it and kidnap it and name it and call it or do whatever they want with it. This is what people need to understand. It's not about clubs. What we're doing today, what we've done today, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you man should be patting us on the back. You should be saying, why did we do that? Where's our one? We've had game sense.
He said, I'm not pro European Super League. I hate UEFA and the way they run the Champions League. The old European Cup was better for champions only, not second, third, fourth. And I agree with you in terms of, I agree with part of that is in terms of, I'm not pro European Super League either. And I just stated, I hate UEFA. JV just stated, he hates UEFA. The Champions League is a great competition though. Let's not get that mistaken. Champions League is a quality competition. I'm sorry, innit? The Champions League is a quality. There isn't a better competition. How do I put this now? Let me put this careful. Champions League nights on ITV is the best football of our generation. I don't care what anyone tells.
It is. You know how I see Champions League? And honest, I think that is and I don't know if that's just because I'm a straight football head, but I see that as the single greatest competition, sporting competition. For me, I don't care about no Wimbledon. There's no final what you can play other than the World Cup final. There's no final which you can play other than the World Cup final for me, which has the prestige. Super Bowl and all, you can talk all that Super Bowl crap all you want. That's not got it. That's just the Super Bowl just has certain prestige because it's in America. Because it's in America, a highly populated country, which can guarantee a certain amount of thingy. What people need to understand is if you looked at the Super Bowl viewers outside of America and the Champions League viewers outside of Europe, no comparison.
Different.
I'm telling you now, when it's a Champions League final, all of Africa's watching it. All of Asia's watching it. All of, you know what I'm saying? Every continent. Bro, Champions League final, man in Brazil are watching Champions League final. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing:
you can't tell me man in Brazil are watching Super Bowl and and however 100 million people in Africa are watching Super Bowl. No, do you get what I'm saying? It's not that. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is what people need to understand. We're having something hijacked, by people who have no love for the game, and that's what my point is. They have no love for the game, and they signed a deal, whether you like it or not. They signed a deal behind your back. Do you get what I'm saying? As a fan, behind all of our backs. You get what I'm saying? I'll put it to you like this: if City just went to this competition on their own, I would be disappointed. I would be fuming. So I'd say, what? No more derbies. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even if City did it on their own and United was still here, I'd still be fuming. I'd probably go and link up with some City man and go and protest because you're destroying what man's grew up on. Do you know what I'm saying? It's bad enough you move the ground from my side to the other side of Manchester. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But then you're telling me
and here's the thing,
across the world.
Facts. And that's another thing they did was, and again, this is morally wrong. And Stroll, please go watch from a third eye view when me and Stroll was talking about it, because Stroll's my guy and he's Liverpool through and through. And I shut up and let people shoot anyway, in terms of if JV's going off, I let him shoot. He was, I could hear and see the emotion in him, the way he's talking about it. Because what people fail to realize is the fact that the Liverpool owners announced that the week of the Hillsborough disaster.
Exactly, bro.
And for those that don't know, please just go and Google that. And Stroll's talking about it, he's like, I know families who had people who died in that situation. You announced it. So that's why this is bigger than football, this Super League. And I disagree with this totally, because you said it only gets good from the quarterfinal onwards. The rest is crap. Okay, so you telling me you didn't enjoy Porto versus Juventus, which was the first knockout round. You didn't enjoy that, Alan. You didn't enjoy Porto.
Second.
You didn't wait. You didn't enjoy Porto versus Juventus. You didn't enjoy Dortmund versus Sevilla. You telling me you didn't enjoy those two ties? Those two ties were crap. No, that's a lie. Every competition has terrible games at times. Every competition and that. You telling me you didn't enjoy? Hold on. Let me
exactly.
You telling me you didn't enjoy PSG versus Barcelona?
You didn't enjoy us versus PSG.
But that was a knockout stage. It's come on. And yes, I get what you're gonna say, Alan, and come back and say that certain games are dead, but certain games in the Premier League are dead. No competition is perfect. But the Champions League is quality. Look at the three games I just mentioned: PSG versus Barcelona, Juventus, Porto, Dortmund, Sevilla, and that's just three off the top of my head.
But here's the thing, Alan. Your team's only just about started to get to these latter stages. So you're telling me you weren't watching the Champions League so you don't watch your team in the group stage? Is it crap? Because it's only now you've started to get to the latter stages, or you know what I'm saying. This season you're having a really good. So you don't watch yours before. Come on, man. This is where it's drifting off now. Because what I've noticed is everything we've saying, you've then gone on to another point without addressing the previous. So you know what? Thank you very much for your contributions, though, Alan. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that right there, that statement. Come on, man. The rest is crap. I'm telling you now. When I hear that Champions League music, mate, and I'm watching, bro, like man is saying, it could be a standard group game. You're telling me when you've got BT on Flawless and there's however many matches man can watch a night.
Yeah,
that's crap. See you later.
He's saying there. He said the games. Go on, fam. Keep going.
I can watch Bayern versus this team. I can watch Barcelona versus this team. I can watch United versus not United this season or whatever. City versus this team. I can watch. You know what I'm saying? Real Madrid versus this team, Liverpool versus all in the space of 2 days, and that's crap. See you later, man.
And he said the games are crapping. Some of the games, yeah, but here's the thing is, if you get rid of the group stages, you know what you lose, JV? The group of death. What do we always talk about? What do we label stuff? The group of death. You're telling me even though it went wrong for us, our group wasn't entertaining. Our group games weren't dead. United, Leipzig, Istanbul, and PSG, our group wasn't dead. Your group might have been dead. You might be talking from a City fan perspective. Cool. And there's crap games in every competition, whether it's the Champions League, Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, World Cup, Euros. It happens in that. But you're talking about 6. So you're going to take out 6. You're taking out 6 games to forget the rest. Because at first you said from the quarterfinal onwards. Now you've switched goalposts and said the group stages. So you don't want no more group of deaths, no? You didn't enjoy us going out. You didn't enjoy Manchester United going out in the fashion.
You know why he thinks it's crap? Because he gets Mönchengladbach and Shakhtar every year.
You just say that. And don't tell him ease up with the super chats because he out here supporting. Don't do that, Umar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're not, but if he wants to drop super chats because he wants to, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? And big up to him because he's new here and he's getting his point across. But don't keep switching the goalpost because at first it was the Super League where protesting. Then it went on to UEFA and FIFA. We answered that and we agree with you on that, actually. Then it went on to the Champions League being crap from the quarterfinal onwards. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? The first knockout rounds was cold. Look at the games I've met. You didn't enjoy it.
Champions League is cold.
Yes.
Champions League.
And now you're saying group stages. Our group was entertaining, not from my standpoint, but our group was, you get me? Our group stage, and this is why you have if you get rid of the group stages, you lose the ability for a group of death. This is why I don't like the how they're trying to change it. Go on, family.
When you all right then, are you telling me when you get them games like I can't think of one off the top of my head, but you know when you get a really obscure little team and they beat a big team in the groups, you're telling me that's not entertaining, bro?
Fam, if I remember correctly, I'm going to actually double check this and Google it. When Dynamo Kiev played Barcelona and Shevchenko scored that hat trick, it might have been a group game.
Bro, this is the thing. You know why I didn't want to go back that far? Because I don't think my man's of age. Do you get what I'm saying?
All right, let me just what's it called? Break it down for people because we do have younger viewers and me and JV are showing our age. When Mbappe scored that hat trick against Barcelona and put in one of the best performances we've seen in the Champions League this season, the last person to score a hat trick away, I think, at Barcelona was a certain Shevchenko. For those who don't know, just Google Shevchenko. Not the Chelsea Shevchenko. AC Milan Shevchenko.
Nah. YouTube him. Don't even Google him. YouTube him, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's my whole point. I'm actually going to double check, but that could have been in the group stage. There's been many great and iconic moments. There isn't a footballing competition, I don't think, tournament cup football that has had more iconic moments than the Champions League. There's so many. Pick one.
You know what? And you know why that's mad? Because the Champions League, even though it's yearly, the World Cup is like so renowned. But if you said to me, you get me the best ever World Cup and the best ever Champions League, season, Champions League season or the best ever World Cup competition, the Champions League wins hands down every time because it's so much variety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not even hearing that. But you know what? Thank you for the contributions and thank you for the chats.
And Devontae out here trolling because he said YouTube Shevchenko, and then what happened when he came back 2 years later and slapped that same team? Was he not a part of the team?
But you know what?
Go for it.
We're straying away from the point. We're straying away from
back to Glazes out in it. That's because of this. But you know what? we're doing this show here, interaction. So if you lot drop super chats and want to talk about something else regarding it, we can go there. We're open for it. Like I say, Alan's here. He's not been blocked. I'm all open for disagreement. But it's just like, if I disagree, like I'm a state why. You know what I'm saying? The Champions League is not a terrible competition. But again, I think you're talking from a Manchester City perspective because you've not been in it like that. And you weren't in it in the golden years. And I think probably adding into it as well because you've never won it and never been to a final. And your groups are dead. I think that adds into it too. And bear in mind, I haven't seen my team reach a Champions League final since 2009. We haven't been in it for however long, and I still thoroughly enjoy it. It's still a topic of conversation.
Here's the thing:
it's the best versus the best.
Here's the thing: you get Champions League. What was that year? Remember who won it that year? When was it? Porto versus Monaco.
Yeah, 2003. Yeah, Porto, Monaco. Yeah.
All right, then. If you say Porto doesn't sound great, that was an excellent game.
Yeah,
that was an excellent game from two teams who had underdog campaigns. Yeah. If the ESL goes ahead, we don't get that.
And you know what? And you know what? Manager was spawned from that final and absolutely changed the history of football. There we go. Then we don't get what's happened in the Premier. Then it improved. Mourinho improved the Premier League. Chelsea set the bar point. Go on, fam.
Look at the players who came from that, who then went on. Evra, Deco. Do you get what I'm saying? Manish. Remember Manish guy? There was more man in that Monaco team. Ludovic Julie. He then went on to Barcelona. Do you get what I'm saying? All these bare different man, you know, what's his name? Well, my man was even there.
Yeah, keep going. And Sir Alan, you're right. I was just letting the people know that it's not aggressive, and I agree. I'm glad you said that, so you know that. Yeah. Like, I'm just letting him know because it can seem that way. Obviously, me and JV are very passionate, but it's never that. And he's new here, so I'm just explaining for him and other new people as well. But like JV was saying, look at the players that came from that. Yeah, I mean, it's a great debate. But the Champions League, to me, I just think you're looking at it from a City perspective. The same way it was only fans of the top 6 clubs that were pro-European Super League. The only ones I seen, the very few. And the Champions League is a quality competition. I don't like what they've done. I don't like the new format.
Is that got a goal? Is that like a goal? That new format? Is this proposed or is this?
I think they're going ahead with it. I think. You lot in the comments let us know. I think.
What is it? Like, who is it? Don't you remember that team a few years ago? That Russian team who got bought and they got Willian and Angie Mashakla or whatever, and they got all them players and they went and beat. Was it them who beat Barcelona? Nah, what was that team, yo?
What team?
Rubin Kazan. Remember? And they beat Barcelona.
I remember Rubin Kazan. Yes, I do remember Rubin Kazan.
And they beat him at the new camp. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? You don't get this. And I remember someone scored a screamer. And I remember at the new camp, and this is Barca. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that. Like, yo, do you know what I'm saying?
Rubin Kazan. There was also the other team. What would he called now? Oh, it's gonna bug me because people was running with their name. Remember Standard Liège?
This is what I'm saying.
You don't get that because how did they qualify for a European Super League? You don't get a Standard Liège. You don't get a Rubin Kazan. You don't get a Dynamo Kiev with Andrei Shevchenko, who went on to be one of the best strikers in that. Yeah. And Yancy is saying, it's 2024, so it is going ahead in that. It is going ahead. That's what people say.
At least we got a few more seasons.
Yeah, we have. And it says here, Jan will tell you most City fans don't like the Champions League. They're going with the new format. Alan, like I said, because you're new here, so I'm not being condescending when I say that. Jan City is on shows on here, and she's been saying this for the longest, so I'm fully aware that City fans aren't a fan of the Champions League like that.
This is what I'm saying. Go
on, fam.
This is why this is why certain City fans I can't thingy with, and it's not even a Manchester United Man City thing. It's like, why you don't like the competition? Why?
It was Shakhtar Donetsk. Okay. I think Jan City explained it. So they're saying it was Shakhtar, but Rubin Kazan's another one. Shakhtar Donetsk, Standard Liège. There's teams Dynamo Kiev who have popped up out of nowhere. Bayer Leverkusen knocked us out in the semi-final.
All right then. Look at thingy this season. Shakhtar did it this season against Real Madrid. This season. With a team full of kids against Real Madrid this season.
And you know who also did well against Real Madrid and their stock went up? Ajax, when they put them out.
There you go. Look at that. Look at the players who have come from the Ajax team.
Look at the Monaco team.
1 second. Let me feel like mashing up everything. Look at that Ajax team back in the day, bro. What won it with Van Gaal. Look at the man who come from that, bro. Your Seedorf, Davids. Do you know what I'm saying? Kluivert was 17 or something stupid like that. Letmutnen, Jaap Stam, bro, the De Boer twins, Reisiger, Rijkaard. Everyone, fam. You know what I'm saying? The Blind, Daley Blind's dad. You get what I'm saying?
Daily Blink's dad.
It's Pops, fam. You get what I'm saying?
That's Pop,
Canu,
you know.
come on, bro. What, bro, I could keep going. Canu was there. Do you get what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah. That's what I'm
Van
saying.
the blood seed, sir.
Who is now the CEO that we want? You know what I'm saying? Is mad. And remember Zen and Dan saying here, Zenit St. Petersburg. They have teams like this.
Zenit had a madness. Zenit had a madness, innit?
Yeah, there's so many things they was trying to rob us with that European Super League and that just sparked it. Yeah.
You know how sick it is. You know what someone even put to me as well.
Excellent, Alan.
Someone said, "Yo, that would actually halt a lot of player development." And I was like, "What? Go on." And he said, "You don't get a young Arshavin or whoever it is. You know, these young players pitting themselves against the top players and then getting that move. Do you get what I'm saying? Because more time, a lot of these players who get these big moves, they've probably not even been scouted before this match.
Yeah, facts.
They come and show man things, and it's like, yeah. Not even scouted. You've seen enough. You twisted up my best. Two best centre backs get him. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you come against, you know, like that Ruben Kazan. I remember one of their players got a move, and it weren't like a huge move, but he went somewhere like Galatasaray, and then he bust it up there, and I was like, see what I'm saying?
That's you know what I mean? Point. Like you don't get that.
Then, imagine we don't get Shevchenko. Imagine AC Milan never get Shevchenko.
That changes. That
move.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine. All right, then. There's bare ones like. All right, then. Look at that campaign when Mbappe set the world alight. Sorry, if you know Mbappe, you know Mbappe from the Champions League.
You're not watching League on. Yeah.
If you even if you're say you don't have you don't watch League One or whatever it was on at the time. You know Mbappe. That's when he introduced himself to the world. How many players introduced himself on the world stage in the Champions League?
You know why? Because the Champions League's the shop window. That's why.
Of course, the shop window. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's the shop window in that.
Look at that before Deco, Deco with that Porto team. He was actually supposed to go to Chelsea with Mourinho, and Barca poached him.
Barca poached him.
I'm saying.
And then, if I remember from Porto correctly, was it Carvalho? Was Carvalho at Porto as well?
Carvalho. Yes, Carvalho, Ferreira.
Yeah, Ferreira went with him as well. Yeah, he went with him. Like you said, Deco and that. But welcoming.
Bare players, man.
Yeah. Debating is healthy and banter is healthy. Love it, and so do you. Big facts. And welcoming. I don't know why she's on ManDem United, but here she is anyway, innit? The queen of sarcasm city herself.
I came to join you, innit?
What's going on? We're actually closing out the show soon.
But I just wanted to come because I felt like what Alan was saying, like it was a bit misinterpreted in that, so I just wanted to come.
All right, go and clear it up then. I thought he cleared it up himself, but go on.
No, because like City fans are not happy with what's happened. Like we're not happy with the owners. Like we've discussed this a lot. We're not happy. The apologies an apology. No one really believes it. It's kind of superficial. But the thing is with Man City is Man City have done a lot. Our owners have done a lot for us. Like since they came in, like my football experience hasn't changed since before the money. Like it's not changed. My season ticket's gone up a little bit, but that's with inflation. I think it would have gone up regardless. It's one of them things. So I think they've not really changed too much. This ESL thing is the first thing that our fans have been like, nah, what the fuck is this? We did protest. They went to the stadium.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. It's the comments.
You know how I felt about it. I was there.
Yeah, you was fuming. You was like, I'm boycotting everything. I'm not doing YouTube anymore. I'm pissed. No, go on, carry on.
Yeah, most City fans were angry at that. So it comes across. The only thing with Man City fans is they hate UEFA. So it's one of these things where it's like the reason why they hate UEFA, I've explained it loads of times. There's loads of things that they've done to us personally, our fans. You know, they've bought tickets to go across the world. They've been told, a week before they can't go. Obviously, it's too late to cancel your flight, all that stuff. They've then gone to CSK Moscow and they've let the home fans in, even though the home fans are the reason why all the fans got banned. So little things like that. Obviously, Man City themselves have taken UEFA to court. Like, they've literally been to court against these people. So we don't like UEFA. This Champions League new thing is bullshit. It's almost as bad as the ESL.
Yes.
Because it's the same shit.
It's almost as bad. Yeah, I've said it.
So this is the thing. So both are bad. And I think what needs to happen now is the government needs to do what they're saying they're going to do, which is put in some sort of so that these clubs can't leave the Prem. So that's what we need to do. So it's a case of you can't start your own league, because the thing that worries me about the ESL is not really what it is in itself. I don't agree with the no promotion and relegation crap, because that's just a load of shit. Yeah. And I don't agree with the whole you go in it every year. So what if Spurs get relegated, they're going to play in the Super League? Like, what kind of bullshit is that? I don't agree with any of that. But the thing is that the Champions League is also a mess. They need to sort of come up with something new, if I'm being honest. But the Super League, what the biggest concern was for me is who is going to run it. Because if you look at all these owners that everyone hates, that's who would be running this league.
Yes.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like? It's like taking villains from all different films and putting them together.
Yeah, and then
it's not gonna happen, in it.
I don't trust
them. I've got the Marvel villains, the DC villains, you know, the next. You know what I'm saying?
So the thing is, JV, they could turn around in 5 years and be like, right, you know what, football's too long, let's make the matches 20 minutes. How do you know they're not going to do that? And who's going to?
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what Paris said. He said, what did he say? We'll make the matches 8 minutes.
Too long.
He come out and said, oh, they're not going to be allowed to go to the World Cup. And then he went, all right, we'll make our own World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to make our own. Like, you can't just do this, fam. You can't just revamp this shit.
That's the thing that I worry about, because even though I hate UEFA and I hate the Champions League, at least there's some sort of rules that they have to stick by.
Yeah. There's regulations in it.
West Ham finished third. West Ham have to play in the Champions League. They can't turn around and say, actually, no, sorry, not West Ham. We're not taking them. Whereas this new Super League, what's to stop them from doing that? What's to stop the Glazes from saying, oh, yeah, Man United got relegated twice. They're in Division 2. But, you know, they can still be in the league. But Leicester, who've won the Premier League 10 years back to back, can't be in it. Like, there's nothing to stop them from doing that. And that's what worries me about that. It's not exactly what the proposal is. It's who's running the proposal, because everyone hates them owners for a reason. Like I like joke saying love Glazer, hate United, because it's funny seeing United in the mud, isn't it? Like, I've been waiting my whole life for this shit.
Hey, listen, yo, I will take you off. This is ManDem United, you know. You get me? This ain't no Q&A. This ain't Gildem City meets ManDem United. Watch your mouth in it. I will kick you off in it. This is our show, you know. I'm just letting you know. And that
this is the thing, though. Like, as much as like I dislike, like, I don't like the idea of American owners in football. I don't think they've done anything positive. Do you know what I mean? So I agree with you on that one. But yeah, I just think it's just dangerous to think what they could do. I don't trust them.
That's it. There's no rules.
Is why I was so angry at Man City. The reason why Man City went in, I do believe, was because they didn't want to get left out. They didn't want to get left behind. Our owners have come in to make Man City the best team in the world. If you did break away, so say all of them 6 teams or the other 5 broke away, I feel like they think Man City couldn't be the best team in the world, because people would say, well, you're only good because them 5 have left, if you know what I mean. So I think they kind of went with it. Obviously, financial, they're not going to complain. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean? No one's going to turn their nose up at that. But yeah, I just think it's just the government need to do their job now to stop it happening again. That's all they need to do. They just need to say you can't form your own league without going through the government. That's it.
Yeah, because I was talking to Adam Maich today, actually, and he mentioned that because that 50+1, which I don't fully understand, has been signed by 10,000 people, or it has to be discussed now by Parliament or something like that. See, look at what these men have done. They've got me here on a football show discussing Parliament and politics. Like, it's a nonsense. Ravi here says, Flawless, did the Sky cameras get smashed up at the ground? I heard they did. I love how you're asking me this like I was inside the ground.
Man really think he was there when you're just deflected, innit? Man really think he was there, innit?
I was not there.
Flawless, money in that, a bit of crud in that. You know what I'm saying?
From the ends. On the net, and someone kicked the ball and he dropped that.
Now, but you heard about this though at the bottom? Apparently ITV are trying to get it back.
I'm praying they don't have the funds for it. But if there's footballing gods, please give me back the Champions League on ITV with Clive Tilsley. If they don't bring back Clive Tilsley, we riot. You know what I'm saying? Bring back Clive, man. You know what I'm saying? And that.
Now, you know what? Even if they don't bring my man back, Clive's hella old now, you know. Just get some good pundits.
Even if you bring him back for one-off, fam. Even if it's a one-off thing and you bring him back for the odd match.
If he does the knockouts and that, if he does the big match.
And Solskjaer has won it. Like, you never getting that anywhere again, fam. Where else are you getting that?
like people are talking about the 50+1 and they're saying like they don't think it'll work. Like 50+1 is not what everyone thinks it is. I think people think 50+1 is that you have to buy part of the club, but that's not what it is. Like you can just have that where every decision goes through the fans. Like everyone has a supporters club. Like every team has a supporters club. It could go through them, as in they all make the decisions with the owners. Do you know what I mean? It's not about owing money, getting profit. These people aren't going to get paid. Man City make 100 million. They're not going to get some of that 100 million. But then if there's a decision to be made, they have a say in it, which it should be. Because by rights, like, especially Man City, it's a little bit different with Man United, but especially with Man City exists because our fans kept going when we were in the 3rd division. If our fans stop going, they don't have no money. And Man City administration, which they nearly were anyway, people that as well going in the 3rd division are why Man City still exists. So they should have a say in it. You know, and Man City, we have a special thing where you can see how long you've been going as well. Like these fans.
One second. One second. Yo, JV, if you got a dip, obviously let the people know where they can find you. It's blessed. It's been blessed to have you back. You know, it's a special. Like, you know how this European Super League and this has all been crazy because not only was Tox on twice last week. You get me? Now you got JV back on a friggin' Saturday on a Sunday night. It's mad. But yeah, go on, fam. You get me?
Bank holiday. You think I'll be on there if I work tomorrow at this time?
I know.
Oh,
I know.
My days.
I know.
But Insta j.v.89, Twitter jv89_. Make sure you all like, share, and subscribe on the channel. Shout out, bro. It's enough love every time.
You can see it there, man.
You follow these two as well. These two. Forget about me. Follow these two, yeah? Follow these two.
You're part of it too. Wait, that side.
On all platforms. All platforms, yeah? Follow everyone you can see on here, yeah? But yeah, enough love. Blessed for the support. Shout out to the new people. Seen a few new people. I've not been here for a while, but I've seen a new newbies. Keep liking. And these numbers are quite mad still. I'm not
fam. The channel's growing.
I was here when it was, man, we're happy for the 40s. You know what I'm saying? Man, I see little 70s, nearly 80s and that. So it's doubled. So blessed up every time. Shout out Zayn. I'm not too sure about you, Zayn, because I seen you was Aston Villa Zayn the other day. We need to talk about that. But enough love, everyone, yeah?
Man. There you go. And we are going to close out the show, people. Obviously, this is ManDem United podcast, and we'll be on the Q&A literally in half an hour discussing this anyway. Yes, the channel is growing, and you lot, make sure you subscribe to Broads TV as well in it. Like, make sure you subscribe to everybody. Where else are going to go at to here? So yeah, I'm going to talk on this comment and then give my final thoughts. For all this, the United stand have a petition going for the 50+1 rule with over 100,000 signatures already taken it. Yeah, Adam Matic told me this today, that because it has over 100,000 signatures, they have to discuss it, which is great. I don't fully understand the 50+1 rule, but I'm going to read up on it and see what's what. But that being said as well, people, my final thoughts on it. Love the protest today. We got to keep the pressure on these pricks to get them out of the club. And minus the few idiots that you get everywhere, wherever you go. If there's thousands of people, you're going to get one idiot who's going to do something stupid. But the fact they stormed Old Trafford, I am happy about. In fact, the fact that they were on the pitch, I'm happy about. They were destroying seats, took the corner flags, got the game cancelled. Yes, because these men been taking liberties. You know what I'm saying? And that. Two wrongs don't make a right, but it makes it even though. So it's very interesting. But yes, we're back in half an hour, people. Anyway, we're back in half an hour on the Q&A, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, myself, Yan City, and joined by Ryan as well. So I want to see all of you lot. Actually, all of you lot, head over there right now and hit the like button. I want to see us on likes over there. Get us to, I'd say 10 likes. You know what I'm saying? There's only 60 of you lot watching. So head over to the video right now. It's on the channel. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. All right, 20. Well, I said 10. Yan City said 20, so we'll say 15 and me in the middle, innit? But I love, big up to everyone who was at the protest. Big up to everyone who was at the last protest. Big up to everyone who's hashtagging Glazes out. Love it. Like, we have to keep this going. Somebody asked me a question as well and said, where do we go from here? We just got to keep the pressure on. We just got, however we have to. Continue to not buy the kits. Continue to unfollow on all social media. Continue to make as much of bad publicity for these men as possible. But don't go don't physically attack people. That's where you draw the line. But stay them so that you do it.
Your favourite colour is blue.
My favourite colour is blue. And what's your point? You know what I'm saying?
The City shirt, innit?
City shirts are all right. You know, the problem is that disgusting badge, but we moving. Craigie D says, I'll be back in 30 minutes. Great content. Big up to you. Yes, Bullet M says, we over there. Yes, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer all questions. So we answer all questions, any sport, past or present, you can ask us. So myself, obviously a United fan, Jan City, a City fan, and our Don Ryan, who's a Liverpool fan. And Lewis will probably join at some point. But love to everyone who's locked in to this very special edition of the ManDem United podcast. Also, as well, this podcast and audio of a podcast as well are available on audio only platforms as well. So if you want to listen to this on SoundCloud, Spotify, or iTunes, or wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure that's an Egypt comment as well. But we're going to get to that from Dupe. Yeah, seeing it. Look at you sniggering over there. You can listen on audio platforms as well. And there's a playlist for this show and all the other shows as well. Big up for all the super chats from Alan. And yeah, I think he was the only one who dropped. So big up to you. Big up to everyone who's supporting. Much appreciated. We are on, how many likes? 88. So hit that too. Let's get that to 90, please. And this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much.